So hello, Internet, and welcome to Rise of Tiamat number 18. The last, potentially, unless there's some wonky stuff going on, which we haven't talked about yet, last Rise of Tiamat stream of 2018. We will not, so we've got basically, unfortunately, the way things have landed with Christmas and New Year's, it's basically Monday, Tuesday. So that kind of kills basically the Monday and Tuesday streams for this channel for the latter half of the month. But we'll see what happens. We might be able to get at least one of our Tuesday streams on New Year's Day, or we might not. I don't know. We'll see. So a couple things to get out of the way before we jump into the craziness that is this game. This is the last week for our giveaway. It is going on until Friday night, this coming Friday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. If you have not entered, there's the link in the Twitch chat to go ahead and do that. This will get you access to some cool reprint copies of the Player's Handbook, Monster Manual, Dungeon Master's Guide, and a reprinted screen with special Hydra 74 cover art if you get the grand prize. Second prize is the updated version in the cool box, still cool box set of all those, again, with the most recently printed errata. So theoretically, if you have that, you're the most up-to-date person with the books at this time. Although, you know, I'm not going to be held liable for the arguments you have with your DM because they're DMing you from an older book and you're like, but no, it says in my book. And they're like, yeah, but my game, my rules. I can't help you there. And the third prize currently is just a set of dice. If we get a ridiculous surgence of YouTube subscriptions between now and Friday, somewhere to the tune of like 700, which I don't expect, I will give away a copy of Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica to the third prize winner. So that is that. All right. Two sponsors for this show and this channel and all of the people here. So one is Initiative Coffee Company, which I forgot to bring. Celeste, you forgot to remind me to bring coffee, and Renee.
No!
So
no,
I had
wanted coffee.
I had a whole bag of improved Initiative, just like in my house. I could have brought. We could have had coffee.
That would have been so good for y'all, staying up till 5 a.m. every night.
Every day.
Yeah. And somehow, I'm going to rant for a second here, Internet. Somehow, we stayed up till 5 a.m. every day, and only I ended up running games. Celeste got out of all of the games she was supposed to run. I don't know how that happened.
I'm very tricky.
But I ran a whole nother game I wasn't even planning on running.
It's just, when you create beautiful characters, you just have to create a world for them, Ted. You just can't resist.
I see how you feel about my character design. Wow. I see how it is. My little kobold druid.
I don't know, you kind of scared me with that 3-5 character.
Yeah,
so.
well. Anyway, the second sponsor is our friends at Elderwood Academy. They provided all sorts of cool gaming products for us. And we got to go see them. If you want to check out our the Nerd Immersion YouTube channel, you can watch Renee and Celeste, myself, Sean behind the camera chime in, and Josh from Taking Initiative, and now Princes of the Apocalypse, do a Mad Lib, a D&D Mad Lib. Anybody can do them. They're all online. You can go do them yourself if you want. But we did one live in person and talked a little bit about future products and things like that. So that, I think, is it for our pre-show announcements. Welcome back, Laura. She was gone holiday stuff last week. So we had fun, but nothing that took us too crazy in the worlds of the... I mean, it is all canon because it all happened, but nothing that's on the pre-written story in the module. So if you're trying to figure out what chapter it's in, because you're not going to find it.
It's in Ted's brain.
It's in Ted's brain, but I'm not going to belabor that.
What chapter is that?
Yeah, that is a whole nother book you don't want to open. Or maybe you do. We'll talk later. But I'm not going to talk about what happened last time because we have a bard, and bards are here to tell you what happened last time. So Celeste, take it away.
It's me, Bards. So last time...
Plural.
All of them. So last time on Rise of Tiamat, so we started out, basically we were still in the town of Scornable after dealing with this ancient dragon fight, and then Odella's like, oh man, like that really sucked. We gotta go and hallow our shit, because yeah, we do have a business with our name on it, and the Cult of the Dragon literally knows where to find us. They literally know where we live. So Odella went off to start doing that for 48 hours to make it so like it's protected against fiends and undeads and celestials, and like, and now everybody can understand each other, right, with tongues, while they're inside our pie shop. So, you know, we're really, really going after that 100 best businesses in Scornable award. I think we're going to do it this year. But while that was happening, we were all hanging out, and Leo had a conversation with his dad about whether or not it was okay to wear a suit of skin, dragon skin, when you're a dragon child. And it was awkward. But ultimately, Leo is not going to be wearing dragon scale suits anymore. That was sort of an uncomfortable conversation. It's fine. And then we got a visit from Towley. There was a wizard who walked in taking donations for the Temple of Mistra. Roswin gave him 100 gold, just kind of, I guess, to get him to leave us alone. And he had this towel familiar that kept wanting us to get high. So thank you for that reliquary dip from last game, everybody. And then I attuned to my loot, and it turned to a badass blue and black loot with a lion face on it. And we had a great slumber party with my dad. Oh, after dragging up the dragon head upstairs to the spare bedroom from the dragon we killed. Sorry. But it's there now. And yeah, we had a great slumber party. My dad's like, uh-oh, you might have already impregnated people. And I'm like, oh shit. And then we invented the trampoline. And then these notes are terrible. So yeah, we had a slumber party and ate pie while Odella handled some shit. And then in the morning, we woke up and everybody in the town was magically pushed to sleep. And we're like, whoa, what's going on? And we checked on the guy, the baker in the backyard, and he's all asleep. And we're like, what? And then James is like, uh-oh, I think I know what this is. I had an adversary a long time ago in the desert, and I had to run from that fight. And it was terrible. It was some kind of dragon, but I don't really know what it was. And we're like, oh shit, well, we're definitely going to go fight it. You couldn't handle it, but maybe we all can handle it as a team. Because Leo, so we went to the woods. And we found out there was like some crazy like sandstorm shit going on there. So we dropped a techno beat, and then we started fighting this monster that pops out of the ground. It's the ugliest dragon you ever did see. It had centipede legs and no eyes, and it was like, bah! And we're like, we're gonna fuck your day up. And then we totally did. We took it out and its stupid crystal salt golems out. Super lame. Leo like totally riffed on his new guitar and showed off all his cool bard shit. And Roswin was like moonlighting, counterspell moonlighting with this dragon. And Rid was punching shit, and it was super cool. And we healed my dad a bunch, and my dad's so great. And then we killed this dragon. And then I got the Enter Sandman power on my guitar. And then we're like, yay, we saved the town and killed the dragon. And we went back, and we're all very tired and hurt.
So tired and so hurt.
I think I covered
exhaustion.
Oh yeah, I think I covered everything.
Only my pride is hurt.
Well, Leo's having the best day. So.
Okay. Wow. So that's what happened last time, folks. I don't think I could have done a better job explaining it myself, and if anything else happened last time, sounds like it's probably not important. So.
What?
What? No, everything's fine. Anyway. Let's talk about this game, because that's where we're here. So we're going to say that you guys managed to make your way back to Scornable, and we're going to say that everybody was very well rested in the town. They were very thankful, but they didn't, like, it's a thankless job because no one knows that you did anything.
Yeah.
Because everybody was just asleep the whole time. And they're just like, oh, all right. Well, now we're awake. I feel really well rested. Like, I haven't felt this well rested in years. When's the last time you slept for over 24 hours?
Yeah,
Probably never.
That sounds amazing.
It does. It sounds fantastic. And they're just like, oh, well, going about our day. Things are going well. You guys come back, you all beat up from your fight. The town's like, wow, that's weird. You guys probably should have just taken a nap. It was great. And you guys come back basically at the end of the 48 hours of Odella's casting. So you guys walk into the shop, and like there are people and like the workers are just like, oh man, I'm sorry, I fell asleep on the. Well, I missed my shit. I don't know. No one was here, so I don't think I missed out on anything. We're good. All right, and then
we won't tell if you don't tell Odella.
And then like you guys start walking up the stairs to go to sleep, and like Odella opens the door after like 48 hours, no sleep, intense concentration, hard spell casting of the pinnacle of the level of spells that she can cast, I believe. And then, well, there you go. That's what you got. And however you want to take that, Laura, that's all you.
So, Odella probably looks the shittiest you've ever seen her in your life. Like her hair is just limp and like she's sweaty and like weird looking. But she comes out and she's like, "What did you guys enter and talk about with people are sleeping?" And Leo, did you say that it was hot?
What? Who? No, I mean, like objectively or like temperature wise?
I don't. You just came in. You burst into the room, shouted a bunch of stuff, and then left. And then she'll look down the hall to where there's a trail of blood.
And yep, and it's not just blood. Like there's some chunky pieces.
Yeah, which is like right in front of her office door, and she's like, "What happened here?"
We put the dragon in the spare room.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm gonna let all of you figure this out. And Rid just kind of like steps back and crosses her arms.
Yeah, I totally put it in the spare room. Where else were we gonna put it? We can't just leave a dragon corpse in the middle of Scornabel.
Yeah, people were getting scared, so we figured you would like it. We cleaned it up.
I will walk past them to the spare room, open the door to a 2-day rotting head of a black dragon that's probably got like flies around it and is just like the eye is sloughing out of one side, and I'm like, you clean this up right now.
Well, when you put it that way, it sounds like a less good idea.
Rosalind is just like,
And where's the rest of the body if it was scaring the people in the village?
It's a very good question. Is it still outside?
You guys walked past. You walked past the headless and skinned and like. Unless you did something with it. Did Rosalind do something with the body?
I just skinned it and took like claws and teeth.
So there's just this like mostly muscular, like skin removed. There's a couple of ribs poking out. Just like hands are declawed and like just head removed. Just kind of like in the street.
You know what? I don't see what the problem is. Circle of life, baby. There's probably some animals eating it. It'll eventually decay and come back to the earth. Everything's cool.
Yeah, when you guys were coming in and people were like walking out into the streets yawning, they're like, "Oh shit, that really happened. Oh, I forgot about that." And then they're like, "Oh shit, that really happened. Fuck." Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, maybe we should go take care of that. But we're so tired. Oh, also, there was another dragon that we fought.
Mm-hmm. We killed it.
So we were saving people. We were actively saving people instead of cleaning things up, which I think you would respect that decision.
Okay, couple things. One, everybody has a reroll of a natural 1.
Nice.
Mark that.
Hell yeah.
And I'm going to assign a number. It's going to go Katie as 1. Oops, I have people in the wrong places. Let's move cameras. I've got...
Who am I?
You are currently Laura. Let's make you Renee. There we go.
Okay.
All right, so Katie is 1, Laura is 2, Celeste is 3, Renee is 4. I got my D4. We're gonna make a roll. 4. Renee, you have a charge, so that's to be burnt for advantage, and then I really need to write up your ultimate ability because
I'm saving them for my own.
yeah, which is good
Mostly
because that
because I'm curious about what it is.
yeah, that means I need to write it.
Yeah.
I hope you just become like a Voltron of all of yourselves.
10 charges.
That would be super cool.
So far. Thank you so much.
Need so many more charges. Help us.
Yeah,
Help me get
I
to
think the
10
most.
and write my ultimate.
I think the most on a given character at the moment is 3. I think.
Got it.
Is it temerity?
I think it might be. No, actually, I spent one, so I'm back down to 2. I really needed it to try to train with this guy, and I just didn't do it because I was like, let's see if the guy with 10 strength can become like a champion of Tempest. Turns out I can't.
Turns out no.
But you sure tried your best.
I
That's
did.
what counts.
I didn't even throw up, which was impressive because a lot of the other characters did. Anyway, yeah, it's very cool. I posted them a while back in the Discord, which by the way has been super reworked today. But yeah, basically it'll allow somebody to do something cool, whether it's an action, a bonus action, or otherwise. It taps into their personality in a way that fits them well, character-wise, and lets them do something super cool. And again, you can use 10,000 flint bucks to donate a charge, which is a thing that exists. And
Is
yes,
it mine that like Pygot just like annoys everybody to death?
pretty much, yeah.
I got sense nudes.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Man,
what
I'm
you
so
should name it.
close.
You should name it Send Nudes.
Let me,
Hashtag dick pics.
well, we'll continue with the story,
Oh, right.
but I will go and look to see what I named it, and then I will rename it Dick or Send Nudes. It is currently labeled. Nope, Send Nudes, done. Because Odella doesn't believe, or I guess she does now believe.
He
but,
knows, but he's doing other things now.
Yes.
Okay, so right, so we did kill a dragon just right now, and I'm so hurt. So we could take care of the dragon corpse, or we could sleep. And I mean, you look like you could. I mean, you don't look tired. I'm not saying that, but you just. I mean.
All I'm saying is
Leo
that
hides
this
behind
is
Roswin.
good. I don't think that it's going to hurt to close up shop for one day and get some well-deserved Z's.
Why would we close up shop? We have a staff.
Yeah, but we also
And
have
to be fair,
Viscero.
The staff just got well-deserved Z's. Granted, it was Rid just like shuts up.
She's like, I'm new here. Never mind.
This is not my shop. I'm going to sleep regardless.
Well, I think everybody's okay to keep working for the day, but maybe we just go take a executive sleep day.
Well, I'm not cleaning this up, so they should probably clean it up before. I'm going to bed.
Okay, before anybody goes to bed, we're getting this head out of the spare room, as the spare room is directly above the dining
health
area
inspector
below.
We'd be
that's
screwed.
not
What are we gonna do with it?
I don't know. Throw it in the back.
Okay,
But that's where my plants are.
that's probably good for them, right?
So it's
Mulch.
the whole
Dragon
circle
mulch?
of life thing is fine for the street, but it's not good enough for your plants.
No, they're at a very, very important time in their lives right now.
Leo's just like, I got it. I'll go. Or he kind of like woozily goes against. He's at 41 HP, so he like, it's fine. I'm gonna go start dragging the head back through our business to the backyard.
Okay.
I really didn't have anything to do with the dragon, and I'm just gonna kind of try and like sneak away and see, like, look at Odella to see if I can get away with that.
since she doesn't know you that well, she will mostly pay attention to what Leo and Roz are doing.
Successfully creeping backwards.
Plus, also, you're a monk, so I think that you could probably sneak away quite handily.
James, you don't have to see this. Why don't you go sleep?
And he's just like, okay, well, all right then. Just does not really know how to handle this scenario.
Oh yeah, we're just having a business meeting.
And he's like, oh, far be it from me to get in the way of your business meeting.
No, I'm like, just go to sleep. We've had a rough fight. It's okay. I'll handle this.
He's like, are you sure? You don't need help? You're good?
I'm good. This is fine.
Okay.
I'll touch myself and cure wounds.
I'm assuming she's just like knocking the like head, like dragging it. It's like a thud.
Just by the horns.
I mean, yeah.
You know, a tooth will snap, or if there's any teeth left, will snap. You know, a little chunk of, you know, guts falls out the back. There's a little blood, like, splotches. Thunk, 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 down the stairs. Yeah.
Oh, good night.
And, like, as you guys are, like, no, I'll take care of it. You guys are all, like, having that awkward kind of, like, standing in the hallway, just thunk, thunk,
This
thunk,
is fine.
as it just goes down the stairs. Like, that's all you hear in the background. And then, like, oh, hey, greetings to the staff that's downstairs. Out the back door opens.
Odell will just stand angrily at the top of the stairs.
Why are you
out
so
of the-
mad at me?
And also angrily at Roswin's door as she shuts it to go to bed. But she's too tired to like really fight about it right now. And then she'll go downstairs, find Margaret and give her like 10 gold pieces and is like, just hire somebody to clean it, please.
And she's like, all right. Yeah. It's been a weird day. 2 days? I feel like I lost a day in there.
It's been 2 days.
She's like, wow. I have so many questions, but you know what? I'm just going to do my job.
I'll tell you later.
All right.
And then before she goes to bed, she'll go into the dining room to check to make sure none of the blood has like seeped through the floor into the dining area.
Let's find out. No, you're good.
Okay. And then she'll go upstairs, go to her room, and like lock every door into her room.
Locks.
All right.
And then
Everybody
just,
else.
Die in bed.
Okay. So Odella is locked away in her room sleeping. Leo is escorting a dragon head to the backyard.
And after that, I'll just make sure somebody has a mop and is like doing that, and then I'll go back to sleep.
What about Roswin and Rid?
Roswin just.
I-
Oh, go ahead. You were there first.
No, I'm sorry, I was muted.
I saw that. You were just like telling this great story.
I ducked out already.
Okay.
I have a point of exhaustion to get rid of. So like I just got out of the situation and crashed out wherever we decided. I'm sleeping in Roswin's room.
You sleep in my bed that's just like a fuck ton of pillows, and I have a hammock above you.
It's basically bunk beds.
Yeah, close enough.
Invented bunk beds, invented
Trampoline.
trampolines.
Bunk beds already existed.
We have the coolest house.
When it's not full of
It's fine. Is James
Desiccated remains.
asleep when I get into my room?
You think so? You probably couldn't tell, even if he wasn't. You get the feeling he's probably a pretty good liar.
30 persuasion, I believe, is what you said last game.
Something like that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Then I'll just go to sleep. I won't bother him.
I mean, okay. His insight's pretty high too, so he might be able to just know that you're want to ask him something.
Oh, okay. I'll just be like, hey, Dad, you awake?
Yeah, what's up?
You doing okay after that fight? I know that was kind of a big bad from your past. Everything okay?
And he says, yeah, no, it's one more chapter closed. You know, it's been an open-ended part of my life that, you know, had been bugging me for a while. But, you know, I just kind of put it away and didn't deal with it. And, you know, it's funny, the past comes back to haunt you sometimes. And, you know, I guess the best thing you can do is just hope that you're in a spot and you're with people that can help you deal with that in whatever case, you know, whatever way that needs to be done. And then, you know, you can move on from it. You know, not all of them are, these kind of things are all physical like this was. But, you know, move on and you're better for it. And, you know, I feel like it's just one less thing. But it does stress my point that I made when we first met, that my presence around can draw things. If it becomes more well known, will draw things and enemies from the past, or just curious, whether they be researchers or dragon slayers or things of that nature, just get drawn to me, and that can cause harm to innocents in the crossfire. So as much as I'd like to stay, I think it's, you have work to do, and I think it's probably best that if I leave in the morning.
Leo won't cry.
Celeste might a little bit, but Leo
Celeste
won't.
might a little bit. But yeah, I think I just put a warm hand on his shoulder, and I'm like, I understand, but whenever these fights come up, or however long you want to stay, you know I'm gonna stand beside you through anything. Do what you have to do. I'm sure even if you go now, it won't be long before I see you again. Just knowing you're out there is means so much.
And, you know, there's definitely like a grasping, which is still like, it's not weird anymore, but like for a moment there's that soft like female hand that grasps with a strength that rivals and surpasses your own.
Jesus Christ.
And he's just like, yes, I as I said, I mean, I can't promise much, and I don't know who of my allies from another time are still around, but if any of them are and can be persuaded to help, I will do my best to bring who I can to this final confrontation when the time comes.
I'm like sleeping in my pillow. I'm like, that's so great. I love you, Dad.
And you fall asleep and you feel the blanket get like put up over you.
Oh my god! I'm not crying. You're crying.
Yeah, and that is that. And then, is that everybody?
No.
No, Roswin. Yeah, we cut you off. Come back.
So I'm back. So Roswin like gets into the room, sees Red's like already passed out, and she's just like flies up into her little hammock, and she like puts the sheet over herself, and she takes out her little journal and she starts writing, like anger writing.
Sure. Yeah.
And she's just like mumbling to herself, like, "Oh, you wouldn't believe this shit. Tell me to clean up. I'm the OG."
It's my idea in the first place.
Just writing like her typical notes to her sister to give to her eventually.
Okay. Do you just fall asleep angrily writing?
Yeah, like she probably wakes up later with ink on her face.
Gotcha.
Smoosh.
Okay. Man, I just thought like how totally immersion breaking, but it's my channel and I'm supposed to be good at breaking or keeping immersion. Could you imagine how like, you know, as a kid, like you'd be like under your covers trying to read a book or do something with like a flashlight, and it would always be the thing that gave you away that you were staying up. If you have dark vision, you don't have to worry about that shit. You could just read a book under the covers and no one will know. Mind blown.
That actually changes maybe what my D&D power would be. Like if I could have one in real life.
Be like, yep, well, you know, I can read this book. Book's in black and white. We're good to go. Just every video game I play after dark will just be like an old Game Boy. It's just shades of gray. We're fine.
Fuck worm lights. That was some worm
Yeah,
shit.
fuck that. No one wants a worm light.
They were the worst. They made it harder to see.
Squiggly ass piece of plastic. Anyway, everybody rests and wakes up the next day. 8 hours long rest. If you had, you know, a level of exhaustion is cleansed. Whether you still have more, just let me know. But I think that cleans it for anybody who had any.
Yes.
And you all find yourself in the morning in a relatively return to normal Scornabelle.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Well, I guess
Walk out and check the hallway, make sure the dragon guts are
They
knocked
did.
up.
They did get cleaned up.
did it. I handled it.
I wasn't there though. I had already gone to sleep.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So
I'm
I
sorry.
like walk out. I'm like, wow.
Who handled it?
This is their entire relationship.
This is fine. I got this. I totally got this. Oh yeah, I guess I did it. It wasn't my idea. It's never my idea.
Reminds me, I gotta take 10 gold away though.
Yes. From the massive draw that is on your gold
Yeah.
funds, 10 gold.
I think I'm gonna come out in the hallway. I'm gonna be like, planning breakfast.
What?
Breakfast to
What
plan.
are you making?
Oh, I don't know. Whatever they have in the kitchen is what I'm making.
Did they make the quiche yet?
I'm gonna go check if there's quiche downstairs.
Sure. There's quiche.
Definitely quiche. I'm yelling from the bottom of the
coming.
stairs.
Quiche.
I asked Gary to make me pancakes.
Gary does make you pancakes.
Thanks.
And they are those like fluffy buttermilk, like they're just like little cloud pillows for your mouth. Great.
Oh.
Turns out Gary, excellent cook.
What? You get all the best trinkets.
Like Gary's the kind of guy who could definitely make like the perfect souffle that would stay long enough up for you to have it and like not be like it was cool like 10 minutes ago. No. It's
Like,
good.
you know that Gary whipped the egg whites perfectly until stiff peaks and then incorporated in the rest of the ingredients of making those pancakes.
Yes, and he's also the kind like he knows all sorts of weird techniques that people only like you might have to like look up how to do it. Gary just knows. And there's no internet. Actually there is kind of. Scrying devices exist. We established that. Sort of.
I was like, there's social media.
There is social media.
An
I like how we're all so filthy rich and none of us has a screen device.
Well, Leo does because his dad was just like, the kids say these are popular.
Yeah, I have that. I do. I have a cell phone.
That's what dads are for.
Also, just to be extra, because Odella feels like crap after those two days of just spellcasting and not being fabulous. That when she gets downstairs to eat her pancakes, she summons a throne so that she can sit in it.
Oh, she can do that. That's true. Another luck for each of you, by the way.
Woo! Oh my god, we're
So-
killing it.
They're just
I'm
really...
so lucky.
Sorry, Claire's home. They're just really confident you guys are going to roll a lot of natural ones tonight. So they're like, here you go. This
Thank you.
will negate the first two.
All right. So do we all get around a table so we can kind of talk about what we're gonna do from here? Is James
Yeah.
still here, or did James leave? Sneak out in the night?
I would love to have done that, but that would have required me because I would have liked to have written a letter, and I didn't have time to do that. So he's there.
Okay.
He'll eat the planning breakfast.
Okay. He'll eat the planning breakfast and then go on his way. That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to be sad. I'm being logical and plan action ready, so I'm not sad. All right. So this council, I guess, have we taken care of all our business here?
Aww.
Sorry, work was so rough.
Sorry.
Oh,
baby.
puppy kisses.
Let's all just watch Claire say hello to her dog.
It's so cute.
Yes, sorry. Clearly distracted. Um,
What?
Nothing, just nothing.
Okay.
Alright. There's pizza left on the fridge, or on the stove if you want it.
I Chick-fil-A.
Oh, there's a Chick-fil-A out there?
Yeah.
Maybe two. Somebody donated or joined. Miss you too. Alright, and I will want to say that there was a trinket donated, but I don't know who it was to. Somebody's got to tell me. About 47 pandas, please let
Random
us.
person.
Says random person.
Oh, I look the randos. Alright, same order.
What, 2?
You 3.
I'm 3.
Alright. So, alright, continue with your planning breakfast. James will provide a gift for someone.
Oh. Okay, so
I understand planning breakfast now.
yeah, to make plans.
Mm-hmm.
Red is awake just now.
Just coffee. Got it. So we're all ready to go, right? To deal with this council now? Any other pressing business?
Yeah, after this quiche, I'm ready to do anything.
This is my hero, Keech. God damn
This is
it.
my hero quiche.
Victory does taste so good and cheesy.
Mhm. So should we send a message along to Elia and let her know we're ready to meet up wherevs, or
I can do that. She is a harper.
yeah, since she was the one who was kind of like waiting on us, right? So we need the deets of where to go to meet this council, I believe.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
can we do the tree zappy?
I don't know. Is there a giant dragon head in front of my tree?
Maybe ask that in the message.
I think she
Where
meant
is
the
the
one
tree?
in the backyard.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Did not hear that.
It's okay. One day somebody will appreciate my snarkiness.
I pat you
Red
on the
just-
shoulder.
This
Fist bump. Here it comes.
I was afraid it was gonna really hurt because she's good at punching. All right. I mean, yeah, we can travel through a tree, but we should bring the head with us to drop off the dirt.
I mean, it's pretty bad at this point. I don't know if we should get that. It was pretty squishy when I brought it down outside. I mean, not gonna brag or anything, but it's probably the grossest thing I've ever touched.
Well, what are we gonna do with it?
The woods.
Return it to nature.
Here we go.
Okay. Well,
I mean, can we burn it?
Do you want just the skull? We could just like bleach it.
I think the skull's cracked now from the sample.
Yeah, I may have damaged it.
That's true.
Who cares? Tell Martha to deal with it if we're not going to do anything with it. We pay her, right?
Tell who?
Martha, right?
We probably
Who's Martha?
What's her name?
Margaret?
Margaret.
Whatever. I don't talk to her.
Do,
She doesn't
do
talk.
we have a basement? Can we just bleach the skull and put it in our basement for like a rainy day?
We have a cellar. It's where we keep all the food.
Oh, fine. Well, we probably
what was
shouldn't.
wrong with the spare room?
Crap.
I mean,
what
if
I'm
you bleach
saying.
it, you can keep it in the spare room.
Yeah, well, we probably shouldn't leave it outside considering this is one of a two twin
Well, if
situation.
we're not leaving the head outside, we probably shouldn't leave the body outside either.
Oh, we should definitely take care of that.
Otherwise, the entire town of Scornabel is probably going to not be here when we get back.
Okay, yeah, we should take care of that. All right. Burn it with fire? I mean, that always
It's a pretty big signal.
I mean, that's how we took care of bodies in the war, so I don't really know any other way.
Is there any
And by
grave
the war, I
clerics
mean all
in the town?
Fuck.
Are
Yeah,
there-
I was gonna say, what war is this? What war? Like, you're
In the war.
James looks to you and he's like, "What
I'm like,
war?"
It's just easier to say war than explaining highly specialized combat missions for the Order of the Gauntlet.
That's just what he tells to ladies who are too dumb to realize there wasn't a war, and now he believes it.
Rid's just like nodding, like, no, yeah, that makes total
It's-
sense. That made more sense to me.
Exactly. It's just easier if you say the war.
Are there any temples to like grave cleric, like grave deities in the town? Or do we know any grave clerics that could maybe like help dispose of this body?
Well, you don't know any grave clerics personally that I know of,
That's true.
which I'm gonna say means that there isn't one because I don't remember there being one. There is
Ilmater doesn't really deal with like grave
no, not really. It's more keeping people dealing with their enduring with the pain in life.
stuff.
Less than in death, because then your suffering is and it's ended.
Okay, let's drag it outside of town and burn it. I think we're spending too much time thinking about this.
There
A
is
whole ancient dragon body. Can we do that?
No.
Do you want
Magic.
to leave it in the street?
No.
No.
you know that there is temples to Kalimvor in Waterdeep.
Oh.
Also, you don't know, does the magical powers protecting Waterdeep affect probably
Dead
doesn't affect dead dragons.
No.
Which, if you guys didn't know, I'm gonna say you just learned. Maybe James told you. Let's say he just told you.
Well, we did bring in a dead head before.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess then you're fine then.
Yeah.
That's true. Then we're good
Yeah,
there.
because we took it to, oh no, what's his name?
Dirk.
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 All the dead heads in Waterdeep. Yeah, party.
We were supposed to be yelling his name from mountaintops and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I put some of his business cards on our front desk.
Pamphlets.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what D&D game makes you get rid of the dragon bodies, Ted? This is so hard.
I didn't do this. You did this to you.
Okay.
I was just gonna let it go. Now it's a thing. Now it's a thing we have to deal with.
I'm sorry.
The Belladonnas cleaning
We were
crew.
traumatized in the first episode, or like the fourth episode of Horde of the Dragon Queen, where we didn't hide bodies and then everything fucked up.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
okay. I have an idea. We go to Waterdeep. We find like some magic people who would use like parts of the body for spell components. We tell them where it is, and then they
Dead
can
people. Yeah, I love that plan. Let's contract you out.
Yes, high five.
Choo. High five.
James will chime in and he'll say, so you're gonna find one person, right? And you're just gonna go to one person that wants this and be like, hey, there's a dragon body in this town. Not like to a
Spread the
whole
word.
bunch of people who will then come and possibly fight over it in a town fighting for dragon bits. Just if the whole thing is like the theme of protecting innocence, a bunch
yeah.
of wizardly types with questionable motives possibly fighting over a dragon corpse in a
What
town
about
of
Alyssa?
Why? Leo's just like, why? What? How
It's a
did...
valid option, and she's
What?
got a very level head.
Wait. Hold on.
Why?
Isn't Scornabel like protected by Elturel or something like that? Isn't that like nearby? Can we just get them to come take care of it? and be like, "Hey guys, you're doing a shitty job. There's this whole big dragon."
There's a
over
whole
here."
dragon corpse.
You're
Yeah,
not
what about the
sure.
governor?
I was gonna say you're not sure how that's gonna go because they called you out specifically when they showed up. Like they were there for you. Like they didn't actually kill any innocents in like that whole time. They just fought you. They were screaming because there were demons walking in the street. No innocent people
What
died.
a considerate cult of the dragon.
I know. Yeah.
Which I'm remembering now. So next time, innocents will die.
Can we just say, hey Dirk, can you come here and take care of this? Because we feel like you would appreciate it. I
How's it
trust.
gonna get here? It takes 60 days to get from Waterdeep to
This is terrible. You guys,
That's why
let's
I'm
just.
saying a magic
Ah.
person. You know who totally made us like helped us teleport before?
Are you?
Alyssa.
I love it. It's so great.
It's the best option, Leo.
Why do you always bring this? Fine.
I'm
okay,
not bringing
fine,
anything up.
sure.
I'm
No,
just
let's go
trying
talk to
get a
Alyssa.
logical
Really wanted to
solution.
see you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna look at my dad and give a knowing like look. He knows.
Can
He does
bards send? Can bards use sending?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You know, I don't. Yeah.
I hand Leo a scroll of sending and say, "Here, take care of it."
25 words, Celeste. Choose them wisely.
Okay, give me a minute.
Well, I'm gonna
Oh.
go pack up to get ready for our trip.
Yeah.
Does everybody want to line up so I can do travel braids for everybody?
Yes.
Excellent.
So I'll hop in line.
She gives you like an invert Dutch braid with like druid crafted flowers in it. Perfect.
It's a rainbow braid, so it's glorious.
Most beautiful thing I've ever seen. You are truly blessed.
Thank you.
Odella, you in on this?
No, thank you.
Fun buns? Sure.
Ooh. I feel like there's some tension with this whole dragon showing up in the upstairs.
Whatever. I'm gonna have fun buns.
Okay.
Fun buns.
There you go. Yes. So I saw the trinket and they're all just like, I was like, oh, James will give it to you. And I'm like, these are so weird. He's not that weird of a dude. Gonna be like, hey, my son, here's 2d6 uses of magician's flash paper. Here you go.
I saw it and thought of you.
Those sound like bad stocking stuffers.
Yeah, that's
I
kind
got them
of.
at the dollar store.
I saw it and I thought you could probably use this.
God damn it. 2, 3, 4.
The counting of the words is fantastic.
22.
Um,
Okay.
Oh my god. All right. Celeste, roll me a percentile.
Okay, can do. That'll be a 2%.
Wow.
Wow.
Weird because that is the lucky pick. That was
Oh wow.
how crazy is that?
That's
Let's.
crazy.
We already got that established. Let me just go check the fighter list real quick.
Oh Jesus.
Gonna be like, you get a dog. Dad's like, here, I got you a German Shepherd.
I feel like you need more responsibility, son. Here's a dog. Good luck fighting Tiamat. Take care of this dog. Please don't give me a dog. Wingman would hate me.
I mean, it's right there. I see it.
Very disorienting because my grandparents' dog is barking in the background. So I'm like
It's behind his back.
in game. Like I hear this dog. It's real.
That's how immersive my games are, Renee. It conjures sounds in other locations. This is a weird one. Are you ready for this? I'll read it what it says, and if you want to roll again, I'll let you roll again.
Okay.
It says, your armor is just as heavy, bulky, and protective as other examples of its type. Which obviously doesn't really fit because you have it already, but but it appears as nothing more than a belt, a bikini, or a loincloth.
Bikini male. I don't think so.
Then roll again, Celeste.
No, wear 3 belts.
And that's
all I wear.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to objectify my poor baby with bikini male. Though, if there was anyone, 37.
Okay. Let's see.
Emergency.
Wow, that is. Man, these are all the fighter ones are so like brother in arms, like, you know, your friend when he died on his mission gave you a coffer and said don't open it unless you really need it, like that kind of a thing.
Very intense Marvel superhero shit.
Here's the mask to
leather-
hide.
Oh god, wait! Emergency said a leather penis sock +1 to AC. Can I please?
No, you can't have that.
But that's the best. Thank you for that beautiful gift, Emergency.
Wow.
I do also have my 25-word message. Whatever.
Okay. He's
resolved
gonna
this.
give you. Nope, I know what he's gonna give you. He's gonna give you a pocket watch. His pocket watch. It's just like a family heirloom.
What does it look like?
It is
Family
crafted.
heirloom. Did it start with him? Because he's like,
Yep.
800 years old. We found out in the last episode.
were there pocket watches before that?
This was given to him by the gods of Mechanus.
It's possible. Sure. You know what?
Dude.
Yeah. His father's father supposedly got it from Chronepsis, dragon god of time. And yeah, you want to go that way? We can make this happen. That's fine. I'm up on my dragon pantheon. And it is carved from platinum. Supposedly platinum dragon scales, which the most people only know of the one platinum
Yeah.
dragon. There's rumors that there are aspects and avatars, but there's really supposed to only be the one. And it is very, it's obviously perfectly timed. It doesn't need to be wound because of the innate arcano-mechanical nature of this pocket watch. And it's like when you click it open, it's got like a whole bunch of different like you've got like the main time face that's ticking around showing the time that it tunes to wherever you are, but then it's got like other little things to say like the seasons and all of that kind of stuff.
You are just full of amazing gifts.
And he's like, I don't know why I gave you the scrying device first and not this, but this feels more. It feels like that was the better way to go, rather than the other way around.
Thank you.
Yep, Phase of the
I'll
Moon's
treasure
on there too. Why not?
To be fair, this feels like the more meaningful gift, but the scrying device feels like a dad gift.
That's a This is a very good parting gift, and I think I'm like, well.
And then he'll like take it and he'll like have it before in his hands. You'll see like a little flash of energy. And then you'll see on the back, similar to the note that you had received in an illusory script from him before that you had kind of found, that means that it's designed in such a way that only you can read it. Like if other people look at it, it just looks like a pocket watch. An eloquent, amazing pocket watch, but just a pocket watch. When you look at it, the back will flash in silver writing and it'll say, "To remember our time together, James."
Barf.
I love this shit.
I know you do.
Less space makes all this worth it.
Pretty much.
Okay, Dad. Okay, bye. Yeah, Leo's just speechless, and he's like, I will treasure this.
And yeah, you guys will get ready to go leave in the morning, or leave to go tree travel. And he will give you a big hug
Yeah.
and tell you that, he'll see you again soon.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll start to walk off, and you'll hear him humming a song, singing a slow, soft song under his breath as he walks away, walking down the streets of Scornabel. And then, a cart will go by, and then when the cart goes by, he's not there.
Jason Bourne it.
Yeah.
Leo sighs. All right. Well, thank you everyone for letting me come back, and that was meant a lot.
No problem.
Yeah,
Family
sure.
first.
Now I have my note to Alyssa. Fuck me. Here we go.
Try to.
25. She did. 25 words.
Yep, let's see.
Hello, Alyssa. Hope you're well. We have an ancient black dragon corpse in Scornabel. Thought you might want dibs on the body. Let's talk soon. Leo.
Ooh.
Was that 25 words?
Technically, the Leo is not.
That's what I thought.
But she knows who it's from, right? When you get a sending?
No, you can hear the voice. That's it.
Oh,
So she
then
recognizes
knows.
your voice.
Yeah, she'll know.
Sing it. Sing the
She'll
note.
know.
She'll know.
Also, the way that Leo talks.
Yeah.
Thought you might want dibs on the body.
Thought you might want dibs on the body. Let's talk soon.
Oh, duh, it's Leo.
Meaningful. Let's talk soon. There we go. 25.
I'm writing mine right now.
She's
You
just like, burn
motherfucker.
in a hole.
So much suspense.
Sorry, yes, Leo does use dibs. I don't know why.
Of course he does. What are you drinking, Celeste? More tea?
It is a kombucha.
Kombucha.
So it's alcoholic kombucha.
Sounds delicious.
It's like a heather grapefruit flavor. It's really good. I figured since I'm sick, I might as well have something that's technically good for me
Good call.
while also having alcohol. Oh my god, my dad's gone. But he's gonna help us fight Tiamat, so it's okay.
Yeah. We're gonna not fight Tiamat because she's not gonna get summoned, right?
Sure.
But I kind of want to fight. So-
I kind of want to do what Ted did, where he said that they did a just for fun, try to fight her.
funsies.
Con.
I bet we could do it.
That'd be fun.
Let me ask you guys. You guys, the only interactions you had with Alyssa were obviously going to meet her, going out to the club,
Clear-
the day after, and then the next time you went to visit, right? To ask for her to teleport you away.
I also had a
Roswell
bunny
and I-
interaction with her.
That's true.
Yeah. Roswin and I went back while we were in Waterdeep last time, so I have met Alyssa.
Okay. But that was it, right? You didn't do anything
Yeah.
or teleport
No.
anything funky through the teleportation circle or any of that kind of stuff, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
Confusing with a different campaign. I'm gonna cross that piece out.
Whoop.
Which would have been awkward. Because you didn't do it. Though you were planning. Which is just ridiculous that it's almost exactly the same.
Hmm.
I can't wait, Ted.
Yeah. What's
Here's the
that?
thing. We won't care if there's an extra word, we promise.
Yeah, I'm like you. Because I had to count.
Was that 25 words, Celeste?
All right.
What?
Ready?
God.
Yes, ready, so ready.
Your response that you get, Leo, is I'm sorry, who's this? Shame you didn't leave a name.
She totally knows.
Dude.
But what a butt.
Oh, Whatever. I'm sure she's take the
Dick!
dragon body.
So, fun fact, in another one of my campaigns, I had this temple in Waterdeep with the same Alyssa, the cleric, and one of the party members was a cleric of Mistra and had teleportation circle established there. They teleported a white dragon head into the teleportation circle into the church.
Oh no.
And they're like, we didn't know what to do with it. So I had that written out, and I was like, wait, that was the other people. That wasn't this
We're
guy.
not doing-
Definitely
we're
not.
I was going to be like, really, after the last time? I hope someone's... Oh, wait, nope, totally different game.
All right.
God damn it.
You going through this tree or what?
Yeah. She'll get it or she won't. Whatever.
Yeah, I guess onward.
All right, you guys
Alright.
poof through the tree.
Yes. And do we put the like dragon skin and everything to sell in Waterdeep in the hole, right?
I
We're doing
assume.
that. So yeah, okay.
The bits
I
that
was
you
there
wanted.
with you when you were like,
Skinning it.
removing the skin from its body. So I assume that's where you put it.
Got like a really good career as a tanner if this all falls through.
Yeah, seriously.
It's true. You are quite... I mean, well, specifically dragons, because I don't know if Rosalind would be like, oh yeah, I'll totally skin and tan your deer hide. Like,
No, she would if it's already
okay.
dead.
If it's all right. I wasn't sure where she landed on that whole side of things.
No, she's cool with whatever. You gotta do what you gotta do, but she's not gonna go out of her way to kill an animal.
Gotcha. Cool. All right. So you guys teleport through a tree with transport via plants to a tree that you are familiar with near or inside Waterdeep. Time to hide this dragon image.
I assume before we did that, I would use my sending stone to notify Leosin that we're ready to meet Elia, and if he could let us know where she's at.
Yeah,
That'd
he
be-
will. Yes, that is great. So he will respond. Let me see exactly. I think it's in a clearing outside the city. What? Fuck it. That's where it is. So he'll tell you that like she'll meet you on a hill, a clearing nearby the city, and you know he'll basically say, East Gate, 2 miles, top of the hill. You can't miss it.
Got it.
So, yeah, he will give you that information.
Cool.
Sweet. Let's rock and roll.
Okay.
I let Rosman know in case there's a closer tree to go to that she knows of.
Make a nature check, Roswin. Yeah.
Ooh, that's okay. Let's see. That's 7 plus. Oh, that's okay. All right, so that's going to be a 21 with my guidance and everything.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to get yourself relatively close, so you're able to meet her there. Basically, you guys got up. You're adventurers, so you get up early. Like that's a thing that is established. Like adventurers, and you guys went to sleep relatively early yesterday. So you guys get up. We'll say first light-ish. Have your breakfast. That way, everybody can have their whole day ahead of them. Considering we are in like fall winter times here in the realms, as we know winter has arrived, so we're clearly in that time frame. Celeste can't handle that all these games are in the same world.
I can't. I just can't.
Yeah, you guys make your way to the top of this hill, and it is just a little chilly and windswept as the kind of air is blowing through. The wind is blowing through kind of the about, I don't know, ankle high to knee high, like grass that's here. And there, atop that hill, alone, is the woman you know, Elia. Silver hair, blowing in the wind.
Oh, total babe.
She is quite attractive. Not that that really matters, but yeah, so she will wait for you guys to arrive, and then as you make your way up to her, she'll say, "Thank you for meeting me. The council awaits. Are you prepared and ready to leave, or is there other accommodations you need to make?"
You guys want to get potions, or do we think that we'll be okay?
I hope our diplomacy can handle this. I hope we don't need potions. I don't know. I feel good to go.
Do you say this out loud to her when you're like standing there?
Oh,
Like, oh hey, do we need potions for this council meeting with the dragons?
I don't know. Things go shitty for us sometimes.
If things go shitty for you here, it's probably game over. Like,
yeah.
Rid like tugs on Roswin's sleeve just a little bit and is like, "Hey, I just remembered that I wasn't me the last time we interacted with
different council.
I need to change."
I mean,
But like she was a representative, right? She was there.
She was there, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, are you comfortable with explaining that you do this to her?
Yeah.
Then I
Yeah.
say do whatever.
Okay.
Plus, I'd like to see Remy. Not that you're not great. I mean, I think you're totally great.
Okay, wait. Do you want me to be Remy right now? Is that what you're telling me?
I mean, I just have a lot that I want to talk to them about, like later. Like, it doesn't have to be now, but like, okay.
Well, I really like Rid, so.
I like you too.
Thank you, Leo. This is a significant improvement over when I met you a few days ago.
Yeah, literally.
I experience a lot very quickly.
Rid is just like,
Now we're best friends.
okay, I guess I'll just be Remy later. Then I guess.
Okay.
Elia, to answer your question, yes. Thank you. We are ready to go. And thank you for escorting us.
And she says, the journey is more than 600 miles. But I shall bear you there myself. It will take about 2 days' time till we arrive at the council. And she asks you all to stand back, at which point she will reveal her true form, that of an ancient silver dragon.
Wow.
Surprise!
Bigger than the other dragon I got to ride on. This is so cool. You're so pretty.
And
Leo's
she
just
will
best
she
week
will
ever.
kind of like, arch her neck down so that you all can climb onto her back.
I walk
Get
up.
to ride
You
on
do.
the dragon.
Yes. And
Cool.
she says, I hope you've prepared with warm clothes, as this may get a little cold. And it echoes, resonates through that dragon throat. And she takes off in the air and begins to fly.
I was kidding. I wasn't ready. Oh my gosh. I'm really
Rosalind's got her like scarf that keeps her warm no matter what.
That is,
like,
yeah.
it's like 18 times around her neck. She's
Yeah. It's funny how that scarf has just turned. It started off so small, and now it's like literal infinity scarf. It just keeps going. And you just miss whenever you need it to be.
just got her like faux leather jacket. That's like it.
Well, that is it. You are correct.
It's cold.
It is very cold up there flying on the dragon's back. So, she's going to bear you guys towards the Nether Mountains, which are, as I said, about 600 miles away
Yeah.
from...
Take a selfie of us on this silver dragon with your
Oh,
screen.
right, okay, yeah.
It's on Illusiogram.
Which is the
So
thing.
bad.
I can't... why did I allow that? Yeah, I could have just pretended that it wasn't in the same canon. But that's not as
You
fun.
could have, but I dragged it into this canon.
Leo tries so hard to get a selfie, but none of them turn out.
It's all
They're just
shaky.
blurry. They're
Yeah.
just, like-
Shaky, or his
And the-
fingers in the way, or like,
and the hair is like in all of our faces, you know? It's
yeah.
still cute. Still post it.
Oh god.
Yeah,
We'll
so
take
you...
it to a painter and they'll make it look better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so basically you guys are heading northeast over top of the high forest and on the other side of it. is kind of where the Nether Mountain Range is, which is where, just again, as you're heading overland. So you guys are flying there throughout, and maybe about an hour into day one's flight, a particularly cold burst of wind comes over the back of the dragon. Ridge, you don't feel it, surprisingly. But Roswin, Odella, and Leo, you do feel this burst of wind. And on this wind is a voice. A voice that you know but briefly. And that voice is Gemini's voice.
Oh, shit.
And she will say to you that Avriaturis is on the move, heading south. Thought it would be of interest to you.
Who's that? Do you guys
That is the mate of Arathiter, the dragon you killed in the north.
Oh, good.
Oh.
Oh, so big white dragon coming.
The one she told you that was crazy and has a dead corpse of a wizard on its back that has been long since dead that she talks to because she believes he's still alive.
Oh, God.
Hey.
And that's
Red's like looking around at them all shivering.
and they're all just like, what?
What's it's not that cold.
I'm gonna like pat Elia and like trying to yell, like, can you hear me?
Yes, she can hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna give that news. White dragon, maybe moving on the south. Veritas? What is it?
Avriaturis. That's fine. She'll know.
It's
Would
just
you
so dry in my mouth.
would you like the spelling? Would that help you?
Yes, please.
Okay, it is ARVEIATURACE.
You know, you think that would help, but it really doesn't.
I know.
Sounded like jargon to me.
Yes.
Arbitrus. Arviaturus. Fuck, man. Yeah, that white dragon, the crazy one.
Is that a blue eyes white dragon?
Blue eyes white dragon is flying in.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, actually. Yeah. You've already killed 2. This is the last one. There's only 2 more left in existence.
Oh no.
And as long as nobody rips up the other one, there'll still be 2. Anyway, that's enough Yu-Gi-Oh conversation. Yeah, so you guys travel. So what's your plan? Obviously, you're on the back of this dragon, but are you guys doing anything specifically? You've got a little bit of room to maneuver about, but obviously, the more you move, the more potential risk you have of just flying off.
Yeah, I'm kind of holding on to Pygot because I'm concerned that he's gonna get blown away.
Yeah, squishing tread wingman. Like, I'm sorry, buddy. No, I mean, I think this is, settling in for 2 days hard march. Like, this sucks. You just go to your happy place.
Hand out good berries to everybody.
Yeah.
For food.
There, that's good.
Try to sleep when you can in the saddle. Yeah.
Anything from Rid, or are you just kind of in the same tone here?
Yeah, just kind of holding on and waiting for them to fill her in on stuff, which is how she's realized most of hanging
okay.
out with them goes.
Leo will tell you everything in the time. Leo recap everything for you,
So
which is a
it's like-
Celeste recap of everything.
That's
screaming.
perfect. It's like an audiobook for the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he loses his voice, and then he needs to rest for like 4 hours, and then he'll keep going.
So you guys, she will tell you that it's not much of an issue for her, so she will continue to fly through the night.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's important that the sooner you get there, the better. Especially if there's potential enemy in flight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are free to sleep. I don't know what your plan is to sleep on the back of this dragon. Just kind of like cuddle up and hope for the best, or...
Can we lash ourselves to her? Like, I'll ask if she minds.
She's not too cool with that.
It's fine.
She's like, you know, bondage not really my thing.
Wow, I'm just love getting to know you. I can't hit on a
I
drink.
guess like we can take cycles like 2 at a time.
To
Just
like hold on to each other.
Hold on.
Yeah. Shifts.
Shifts. Hold, don't fall. So hold your butt right here.
Okay.
Things paired
I
with
asked to
fun.
take a nap when Leo is resting his voice so that I don't miss out on anything.
There you go. All right, that works out. How's the chat saying? It's like your own Leo Audible.
Oh.
Yeah.
When you're on a long dragon flight and nothing to do, I like to listen to Leo Audible.
Oh, everybody likes a little Leo in their lives.
Not Alyssa.
I'm not sure.
That's fair. That's the whole point, is she's keeping you guessing. Anyway.
Insufferable.
The best part is, though, it just bothers Celeste to her core.
Funny.
She doesn't want to have someone say no.
No, it's not that. She just doesn't say anything. It's fine.
Anyway, so the second you go through the first day, everybody's fine. Nobody falls off the back of the dragon. Things are, as well as they can go in that scenario. And then about 12 hours in to day 2, I would like everybody to make me perception checks, please.
Oh, please.
That's so good.
Oh, not great.
Is that Renee forgetting her dice and running across the room to go get her dice?
Probably.
I got a 31.
Whoa,
Fuck.
10. I'm so glad you have. Wow.
I got a 17
accidentally
for
left my dice across the room.
Psychic.
Nailed it.
We're at 20.
20, 31, 10, and then
5.
5. Cool.
We're too busy talking.
So, Roswin,
Mhm.
you can see that amongst the clouds, as you guys are traveling pretty high up, as to not draw attention to yourselves from onlookers down below. So you've got a little bit of cloud cover. It's not cold, not raining really. I mean, it's cold. It's not raining. It's just blue skies, but it's a December day, so it's cold. But you can see amidst the clouds in the distance, making its way towards you, sort of on an angle. So not like flying up directly behind you, but like you guys are kind of going this way and coming in, so it looks like it will be able to like intercept you. You see a white dragon.
I just go, incoming! And I point.
Ew, shit.
I'm fine.
Oh, Celeste.
And I'm gonna prep my OG moonbeam for when it gets in range.
All right, you guys, I will say, just based on the high speed of this and trying to calculate this whole, like, some of you have access to flight or flying on the regular, but at this speed, because the goal is to get you guys there alive, but the best way to do that would be if we can just avoid as much of this fight as possible with speed. So if she can do it, she doesn't want to stop. She wants to just try to get past it, because on the wing, she is faster than a white dragon. So she can, but it's got the angle on it. So if she can blow past this thing, she can outrun it, but at the same time, doesn't want to lead it there. But if she does, this thing's really stupid and it'll just get destroyed by an army of metallic dragons. So you guys, at the way things are going, trying to calculate the angles and the high speed, I'm going to give you guys all basically the equivalency of 1 round of preparation before, so we'll roll initiative, but you guys get 1 round to prepare any spells, buffs, any things you want to do before the fight actually happens. So, what would you like to do? Also,
I'm gonna check my D&D Beyond sheet.
That's what I'm doing.
D&D Beyond, we're not sponsored by them at all because they don't sponsor people small streams, but maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
But we like to use them if you're new to the channel or just new to seeing this. There's a little tiny red B at the bottom of your screen, and if you click on that, you can actually see all of the characters' character sheets, and they pretty much are all up to date. There is a few items that are just kind of outlying that I have to make sure I go in and put on everybody's character sheet, but for the most part, everything is there as it appears for the characters. So if you're curious about items or why stats are the way they are, or feats, or any of that stuff, you should be able to access just about all of it. And if the players keep track of their HP in there, you can keep track of it as well yourself. They're not required to, but it seems like it's done nothing but help. So, so, Katie, I'll start with you. What is your plan? Any I know you said you're going to prep Moonbeam, which we can do that. That's fine. I didn't know if you had any other things you wanted to do, like, beforehand.
I'm just gonna get my rope out just in case.
Got it. I like it.
And like, I know that she said she's not into the whole bondage thing, but if I can for this particular situation, because I've got 100 feet of rope, I would like to like tie a knot onto like something that can like
a ridge or something.
Yeah, a ridge or a spine, something on her.
Okay. She'll allow it for this particular scenario.
And I'm going to be like, sorry, situations.
Okay. She just smelled the kinky on me.
It is.
And
there is definitely a palpable kinkiness about
leather
you.
smell that emanates from you.
Non-flyers, this is for you. Anyone who wants it, it's here.
I'm like, I'm good. I touch something I wear around my neck always.
All right.
Okay, sweet. How are we handling this, guys? Should we have a quick pep talk?
Do we have a moment? We don't have
you have 6 if you want to spend your 6 seconds of prep time giving a pep talk. No, that's fine.
I just like talk to my team. I just talk to my friends. Yeah, that's
anything to prep. So 6 seconds of a pep talk is fine for me.
Okay. I love you all, and I think you're great. Let's kill this dragon.
All right. Laura, do you have anything more mechanical to prepare?
That was like 1 second. Oh, God.
So I'm going to go. While Celeste thinks of that, Laura, do you have anything?
I just, knowing what I know about haste, if a flying creature is hasted and then it ends, do they just fall out of the sky or no?
Believe it or not, that's the way they've designed it in 5th edition. If you stop flying, because you basically lock up, you would plummet for 6 seconds.
Cool. If you want... Laura,
think about it.
Wow, that sucks. If you want...
How high are we?
High. Real high.
6 seconds is okay.
If you want, though, I can do haste, Laura, from my loot now. That's what I was gonna do for my thingy, so you don't have to waste a spell slot doing that.
And it gives
haste on Elia.
Well,
so
it gives
go fucking past this dragon immediately.
Well, if you do it, Leo, it would give haste to everybody within all allies within 30 feet, as long as you just play your loot and don't, lose it off the back of the dragon.
Don't loot it.
But Elia already has the speed, so I feel like...
Well, it would double her speed.
Right, but we don't want her dropping out of the sky for 6 seconds. Like, I don't think we can take out...
So you will fall, I think, roughly... I think the math in Xanathar's is 200 feet.
I think immediately we would all fall off and die if she plummeted suddenly 200.
I mean, I'd be fine.
Laura, I was going to say, Laura plummeted out of the internet for a second there.
No.
Yeah, I missed all of that, so I don't know what you just said, but
because I was gonna say maybe not haste Elia, because if she drops 200 feet suddenly in a round, I don't think any of us will survive that. Like just falling off the back of a dragon. I don't know. That just seems really.
And I guess my question is, are we confident
I'm just saying,
we can outrun the dragon?
That's 10 rounds of her being able to like
Go double her speed.
dash,
Book it.
and like use her movement.
But we've only been going for an hour.
No, 12 hours on the second day.
12
Oh,
hours.
okay.
Yeah.
How much longer do we have?
The end of you should be arriving either end of night, like day to day, or first thing tomorrow morning, basically depending on how this goes. Oh, when you fall from a great height, you instantly descend 500 feet. My mistake. Thank you.
Oh, let's not do that. I don't feel comfortable with that.
No.
You're more than 500 feet up. You know that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
You're like at least 1,000 feet.
If you were in a plane and it plummeted 500 feet, even if you're inside the plane, you would get fucked. And then we're not even
Well,
inside a plane.
Considering planes fly like 10,000 feet up in the air, you probably wouldn't feel it for that long.
Yeah.
Dude,
And
I don't
like
like
you can still fly at safe heights
can
after
we just,
driving from plummeting 500 feet in the plane.
do we
Let's
have
just
something?
arrange. Do we have something that can slow him down?
I can slow him. There we
Yeah,
go.
slow him. Just
All right,
slow him.
I'll slow him. Well,
But the slow from your spell is
it's a
only,
range thing, right?
it's just a radius around you.
Yeah, damn it. So I can't.
Unlike the slow spell,
Right.
which is at a distance, this is a special version that can affect more people with the haste and more
But they
people
gotta
with the
hear me.
slow, but they got to hear you and be within proximity. So
I really love the creative thinking, though. I don't want you to be discouraged. It was great. It just doesn't work right now.
So what are we doing?
Bracing ourselves and listening to Leo's pep talk.
And I could cast haste on all of us at least, so we have action economy to try and stop this dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I'm
like
good with
this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's what you're
Okay.
gonna do. Start playing a song. It sounds like.
So
So everybody here has haste right now.
Battle Ray.
What about you, Laura? Since haste is already being cast on you and everybody here, what are your thoughts? Any preparatory spells?
I don't think there's anything I can do.
Okay. Then I would like everybody to roll for initiative.
Woo! That sucks. Get a 12.
Oh, 20, baby.
Woo! Get it?
Okay.
Get it.
All right. So Leo had a 20.
Yes. Yes.
Roslyn.
Well,
12. Rid.
6? 7.
All right. That could make all the difference.
Yes.
Odella.
17.
17. Dragon. Oh, we gotta do 2 dragons.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what? No. Oh,
What? Oh, wait. Oh, no, this is fine.
we're on.
This isn't like last time. Though there have been 2 dragons present at the last 3 fights. So-
Basically, I'm just queuing you guys up to think that dragon fights are like super easy. That way, when they're not there, they just wreck your shit.
Hey man, the Neurovane fight was not easy. That was not an easy fight.
No. The biggest thing is I just keep being like, they both have legendary actions. They don't use any of them. That way, I don't have to deal with. I don't have to deal with any of that.
mhm.
Oh man. Well, turns out, Renee, that 7 actually did make a difference. Because the dragon has a 2?
Bad dragon?
Bad dragon has a 2.
Suck it.
Let's see here. Ancient white.
Suck it, RV.
Yes. We'll just call him RV.
RV. Oh,
RV's got a 2. Alright, Leo. You guys speed ahead for another 6 or so seconds. And now, like, coming in, barreling in fast from the side, about 30 feet away, looking to impact into the side of your dragon,
Whew.
is this white dragon that you
Oh.
see a weird, like, saddle and a fixture of a thing, facsimile of a creature on its back.
Guys, what if we shot off the body on its back and then it would get super pissed and just go for that?
It's your turn. You've got haste.
Yo!
You've got haste up.
Um,
You're playing.
Yep. Okay, so it's only 30 feet away. Yikes. T-bone situation.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead, and I'm guessing white dragons aren't real smart, so I'm gonna burn a level 5 and cast a synaptic static at this Bruja.
Okay.
So he needs to go ahead and make an intelligence DC 18.
11. So it's going to use a legendary resistance to succeed.
No. Okay, so it is still gonna take half damage though.
That's fine.
Okay. Okay.
Also, Sean, if you donate trinkets, let me know. I saw you were there. I didn't see if you donated though.
All right, so 28 in half will only be 14 psychic damage.
Oof.
That's lame.
That does seem lame for a 5th level spell.
Yeah, well, if it fails, that's not a very good spell. That's okay.
That is
Damn
true. All right. Cool. So it's hit with that. It's not affected.
I'm like, shit, I keep playing my lute.
Okay, you do that. Then it is.
Oh, sorry. Bardic Inspiration to God, I forget. Give it to Odella.
Okay, you also have another action from your haste,
Oh.
but you can't cast a spell with that action. You have whatever actions are limited to haste. Dash, disengage, hide,
Dodge.
dodge. I think dodge is one.
Dodge sounds good.
Dodge will work.
All kind of crouch. I guess. Nice.
Dodging.
What's that? Like plus disadvantage on attacks against me or something?
Yes, and you have advantage on with dexterity saving throws, but I think you already have that from haste.
Yeah. Okay.
Odella, you were up next. This thing is
Okay.
like 30 feet away.
I'm just gonna fireball it.
That works. So dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I just now found exhaustion and
I know, I found it too, like after.
the
I was
week
like,
after
oh.
I needed it. I just found it.
What is your save DC for fireball?
18.
Alright, so it's gonna fail.
How much is this? 8d6. I actually have enough d6 to do it all at once.
There you go.
Wow!
That was a good feeling.
Ooh, not bad. Not bad. $30.
30 points. Alright. Okay. 30 is nice and easy to remember how to do. Okay. And that's it. You still have your other action from haste. And she froze. She's,
Oh no.
she's taking the dodge action unless she shows back up. Katie or Rosman.
Okay, so I was going to do Moonbeam, but then I realized that we're moving ridiculously fast, and I would have to be
Whoa.
probably couldn't even keep up with us, to be honest. So I'm going to cast Blight.
Alright. Cool.
Nice.
Con save, right?
18. Yep,
You see what?
18.
Well, that's a 17 with a
Yes.
17 with a 3 on the roll, but
Oh god.
20, 23, 25, 31, 34 points.
34 points. All right. Damn. Laura, did you have anything you wanted to do with your hasted action?
Yeah, I'll use my wand of magic missiles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll that, Katie. Well, she's rolling that. Did you have anything you wanted to do?
Dodge.
Dodge. Cool. All right. So you go ahead and roll your magic missiles.
Okay.
Say 19.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. 19 points. All right, so you guys are flying, and this thing is coming in to T-bone your dragon and try to probably to either take it down or knock you guys off the back, one or the other. As a psychic blast hits it, a fireball explodes in its face, followed by a barrage of magical missiles. A beam of sickly green energy slams into the side of it, and then it is Rid's turn.
Okay, so Rid's just like looking at all of them and looking at the dragon, and she's like, "There's not a lot I can do. I'm sorry." And her rainbow braid is like flying in the wind, and she just looks out and like kind of punches the air and casts Eldritch Blast.
What?
Yeah, I was waiting for this.
How?
Yeah. Okay, that's a 26.
How what do?
How what do?
Yeah, that's what I said.
How what do? Wait, where's that is a 1d2.
I assume that Odella recognizes the spell.
You
I'm
would
assuming.
I think
Yeah,
everybody does.
so-
They're like, wait,
A
Odell,
lot.
what?
So what did you roll to hit? I'm sorry.
I rolled a 26.
That hits you.
Cool.
And you've got
That's-
3 bolts. Because
Ooh.
it's character level for Eldritch Blast, not
Okay.
Warlock level. So you've got 2 more.
Dude.
3, 17,
17 will miss.
and then 25.
25 will hit, yeah. So those 2 hits. So you punch out. What does your Eldritch Blast look like? Since we had, like, what color energy is it? Is it
A
just look
rainbow.
like? Oh, I love it. I love it. This is great. And is it like you're punching out like a beam, or is this more like you punch out and it's more like a little like blast that shoots out and then impacts it, or is it like a beam from your fist to the thing? How does it look?
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking like it's a rainbow beam with like light kind of spinning around it,
I like
and
it.
then it's just like so like yeah, it surrounds the fist and then punches out in this like straightforward beam at the enemy dragon.
I like it. Well, roll your damage for your 2 successful Eldritch Blasts.
Hell
Okay,
yeah.
that is 15 damage.
Total?
Yes.
Cool. All right. Anything? And you do have a hasted.
I'm a dodge.
Fair. It seems to be a.
We're pretty sedentary on the back of a dragon right now. We're working with what we got.
Yeah. All right. All right. Then it is Elia's turn. So Elia is trying to make calculations with her, mind going a million miles a minute, trying to figure all this out. And she's gonna activate her frightful presence first to see if she can't scare the dragon from coming any closer. Because that is not a spell. Legendary resistance is a saving throw. So we'll see. White Dragon's going to use his legendary resistance to avoid the frightful presence of the Silver Dragon, which makes sense. And then she is going to kind of like arch her head around and just out a breath weapon. Now, I've saved one. I saved legendary resistance against your synaptic static.
Yes.
And that was it. I didn't do it for anybody else.
Correct.
Okay. Well, knowing him, he is likely going to use it right now. Yeah. So you watch as rather than a blast of icy cold energy, a gas emits forth from the mouth of this dragon, and it's going to use its legendary resistance to its last one to dodge the paralyzing breath of this silver dragon, which would have dropped it from the sky.
Damn it.
Yeah, alright. Then it is... That's not the right number. Then it is the white dragon's turn.
Oh boy.
So he's going to activate his frightful presence.
Oh,
So I'd like everybody to make me wisdom saving throws, please.
oh boy. Yes, that is very good.
Oh.
20.
20 as well.
Okay.
So nice having plus 10s to things now.
I just rolled really well. I only get +1.
Oh, I rolled very mediocre.
I got
Yeah.
5.
Oh, Adela, this always happens to you.
Worse.
Don't have a high wisdom.
I am 16.
16 is the number. Ancient white dragons suck.
Yeah, this is an ancient one?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no, Arathader, he was dating up.
Good for him.
Good for
Didn't work out too well for him in the end, but
Yeah. Guess you should have called your girlfriend for that fight, huh?
Oof.
you guys would have got murdered so hard. 2 white dragons.
Come at me, bro.
Oh, you didn't fight in the lair at least.
No.
Okay, so he's going to unleash his breath weapon.
Neat.
Because Elias makes it. So, Odella, you are frightened of this white dragon. Remind me though, at the end of your turn, you do get a save to try and break it.
I don't think I'll be going any closer to it anyway.
Not by
Like,
your own, and it doesn't affect if your mode of transportation.
I was
Like
gonna say if the dragon goes closer, do I
you just
like,
gotta
jump
just
off
fucking
it?
jump. Oh god! All right, so I would like everybody to make is a 90-foot cone. I'd like everybody to make me a Constitution saving throw,
Oh, Constitution of all the things.
not Dexterity, which is so high.
Oh no.
I got an 11.
Don't forget, Infernal Constitution. You are resistant to cold damage.
Oh, yeah. But wait, don't we get advantage on the dexterity because of haste?
No, it's
It's
Constitution.
con.
Oh shit.
I
Right.
got it. I got a
Yeah.
17.
17 is not enough.
22.
22 is the number.
Oh god.
Rid.
20.
20
Crap.
is a fail. And you got an 11, right? You said, Katie? So, all right. So those of you
I
who...
would have had to roll a nat 20 to
So,
get that.
This is
I hope
fun.
y'all are ready for this.
Late to my con.
Oh.
I'm not.
Are we ready
Um,
for this?
Are we ready?
Leo and Ridge, you both failed. You take 72 points of cold damage. You'll take half of that, Odella and Rosman. 36.
36. Yeah.
Huh.
Leo,
Ow.
I would like you to make me a Constitution saving throw to try to keep your haste up.
That's fun.
The DC is 36.
Well, we're just gonna stay here for a moment as we all haste.
I do get advantage on this, so maybe I'll get a natural 20. Wait, that doesn't even work for saves,
No.
right?
Mm-mm.
So there's nothing I can do. There's no way I can make this roll.
72.
Oh.
72.
All right, so I guess, yep. Drops. I
How's
don't even get a roll. What's the point?
Uh,
The highest I could possibly get is a 24.
well,
Oh boy. Sorry, everybody.
you notice that Elliot takes 0 points of damage from this. She's immune to cold damage.
Yeah. Well, that's very good.
Nice.
So your
Oh.
your ride is totally set.
Nice.
Great.
Is everybody still conscious? That's the first question.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. That is its turn.
It's a really good turn.
It's a really good turn.
Yeah, I think that's a good turn. You know what our turn is?
Assault.
Nothing. Everybody's lethargic from the
But,
haste spell ending on them. So boop,
Alright.
boop, 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 boop. Everybody's just like,
Ah.
In
It's
hindsight,
like combinations of pain as well as just like.
oh man.
And it's cold too, so it's like, oh, that like feeling of shivering.
Yeah,
and
just that.
tired shivering.
This
Yes.
is the worst. I thought Sky Battle would be so cool.
All right, then it is Elia's turn. It's gonna go all the way back down around to her.
She's
It
like, these
is
fucking idiots.
cool.
All right, she gets her breath weapon back.
Do it up, girl.
She's gonna throw
Girl.
out that paralyzing breath again, and he is out of legendary resistance.
Yes.
That is a 23. And her DC is 24.
Yes, Elliot.
Girl.
So you watch as this gas comes out. Man, that was close. Like it was teetering and it landed
So
on
close.
9. Because 10 are up and he's fine
Yeah.
on his D20 roll.
I mean, she.
No, he. Because. Oh, she, you're right, it is
They're gay
she.
dragons?
No, I'm sorry, it is
Don't
she.
make
My mistake.
them gay dragons.
There's
I'm on
plenty of those, but no, you're right. She, my bad. It's a girl on girl fight.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
A what? Girl fight?
yes.
What?
Anyway,
I'm
you
so
watch
cold.
as Arbitrace's wings stiffen, and because it's not a thing in 5e, they don't lock into place and then allow it to duck hunt spiral down, taking no damage. It's just like, boom, and it just plummets 500 feet immediately.
Bye.
And then it plummets another 500 feet immediately on its turn. And it needs to make a saving throw to see if it can end the paralyzation effect on it. 6? No. So it is currently 1,000 feet below you. And like she has since gone, another 80 feet forward. So yeah, the next turn comes around and it is your guys' turn. You're back conscious. It doesn't seem currently like it's a threat, as she's been able to momentarily stop it and is now able to blow past it a little ways. But it's up to you if you want to try to go back and finish this fight or just keep on going.
Rid's like looking over the edge. She's like, that is out of my range. That's all I can do. I'm sorry. One trick pony kind of thing. I guess 2 tricks, maybe 3.
Yeah, I think we should
Yeah,
just keep
you will have
going.
to talk to us about because that was magic.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I've used magic around y'all before.
Yeah, we still haven't addressed it.
All right,
Yeah.
so then the plan is to just leave it. Right, keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, let's leave this fight for another day. I will go back and touch Rid though with some cure wounds.
Ooh, thank you.
I'll touch you with some cure wounds.
Oh my god, we all touch each other.
I was gonna
Weird.
mask cure wounds, but that's
Oh.
fine.
Cool. That sounds even better.
All right, so basically what'll happen is this thing for the next 5 rounds can't shake the paralysis. So it's dropped a total of 3,500 feet out of the sky.
Does it die?
You don't know, and
We
have
left
no,
it. We
and you just
kept
blew
going.
past it now with.
I really hope there wasn't like a town. or something.
Just
It lands in Scornabel in the street, but
Oh,
damages
no.
no houses.
God
Damages
damn it.
no houses at all. There's
Now
a
we
white
have a-
dragon, ancient white dragon corpse
And
in
a
the middle,
black dragon.
in the middle of
It's like-
Scornabel.
It's like yin and yang in the middle of Scornabel. They're spooning.
That's actually how it lands. They
Oh,
form
wow.
a yin yang in the street.
Except
But
for
now,
the black dragon is red because we.
yeah,
took
it's just
out-
its muscles. There's no skin left.
24 points, Celeste.
Thank you.
All right. So she will look back over your shoulder and says, well, and she like looks at all of you and she's like, well, I guess it could have gone better, but that apparently the chromatics are aware of our movements or that something is happening. So I will make haste to the council and hopefully that will provide us insight of what to do next. And you guys fly on for the next 12 hours and you will arrive at the location predetermined in the Nether Mountains that evening, late, like around midnight. So, anything that happens that I need to know about during the last 12 hours of travel?
I take that rope off of her and I'm like, sorry.
Just in case.
Thought we might need it.
She's fine with it.
Yeah. You were awesome out there, by the way.
Cool.
Looking
So-
great.
That was a little embarrassing
Thank
for us.
you.
For us? Yeah, we suck. But not all the time. Don't tell them about this at the council.
No, this is an off day.
This is a
doesn't
fuck up.
normally happen.
We usually have a bit more mobility, like in our defense. I'm just trying to look for silver linings to make us feel a little bit better.
And she's like, I often find silver linings.
That's a great joke.
Bet you
You're
do.
so cool. I love fun.
I'm playing her way too much like a copper dragon and not at all like a silver
I know.
dragon.
Yeah.
Like, she seems pretty playful.
Yeah,
Be a
she's
little
way
bit more
too
legendary.
playful. But it's fine. She's been around for a while. But anyway.
Maybe, okay, here's the thing. Maybe, Ted, you're looking at it wrong. And she said that, like, totally.
Oh, deadpan?
chill.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
it's
we're all
like,
oh, good joke.
we're
And she's
like-
what joke?
yeah, it's like Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, I often find silver linings. Good joke. What joke?
I reflect upon the clouds. I don't.
Yeah, I don't. Much better. I like that better. Let's go with that.
And she's like, all right, who wants to play the silent game till we get there?
All right. So, anything else that you guys discuss or talk about during this time that I need to know about?
So, Red,
There we
Yeah?
go. I was wondering.
I know, I was waiting for it too. It wasn't
kind of did like a blasty blast thing. And I kind of seen Odella do like something similar to that.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So I know you're a monk. You're really good at punching stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah. No problem. So are you like a warlock too? Because Odella's a warlock and she can do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Odella actually talked to me about that the first day that I joined the group, and it made me feel a lot more comfortable, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I mean, what did you think the giant owl was that, like, said, come hang out with this group of people? Like, they're cool. I just thought I'd just hang out with giant owls on the reg.
Well, I mean, you're talking to the wrong person. I do talk to giant owls on the reg. So that seemed pretty more like one of the more normal things that happened that day, honestly, to me.
Okay, fair point, yeah.
So that owls, that's your, I think, patron is what Odella's told me before.
Yeah, you make a really weird face when you say it. Is that cool?
I mean, I don't know anything about it. It's totally cool.
I'm like kind of making eye contact with Odella to see where she's at. Like,
She's just kind of sitting there, like listening, but not interrupting unless you're like, help me.
like only a slight bit of help me. Not enough to probably actually intervene.
Okay. Well, I mean, I gotta tell you, like, I've never seen Odella's patron, but yours is a sweet owl. So you're already like, I think it's super cool.
Okay.
Adela will chime in and be like, technically you've seen what my patron looks like.
No way. When?
My spirit guardians.
Oh, is that what that is? I was wondering. I'm like, I've never met a gold horse before.
Please don't call Valandris a gold horse to his face.
So I have a land rest.
Maybe we should never meet.
Well,
Just to be safe.
I clearly have no control
No.
over what my mouth says sometimes.
Clearly, Leo.
Oh,
I mean, I guess I just thought y'all knew. So we're
Yeah.
cool.
no, I don't give a shit. That's cool.
Cool.
I just like to know what my buddies can do so that like if I'm like over there and you're like over there, then I'm like, oh, she can totally do the blasty blast all the way over here and save my ass, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I can only do the blasty blast so much. It's kind of a new thing, last 3 years kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, do you want the short list or the long? I can write it out for you.
Of all the things you can do, I love long lists.
Get some parchment when we get there.
Oh, if we weren't going like 80 feet per 6 seconds, I'd have you covered, but it's just gonna go everywhere.
Yeah, you're going more like 240 feet every 6 seconds.
You know, I'm not good with measurements.
Here's the great thing. I Renee was terrified that the second we put our characters into D&D Beyond,
Because
y'all
you
were
can
gonna
just see
actually
it.
oh shit! I'm going.
Yeah, you guys can just go look at her character sheet and see the whole breakdown.
The only reason that I really figured it out was because of the healing thing, and
Yeah.
I've been like scouring the invocations for like what invocation am I gonna take, and I was like, oh man, this one's really it's Pact of the Chain. Oh,
Oh
wait a
shit!
second.
I just look at this D&D. Fuck.
I try not to spy on people.
I guess
No.
I didn't. I'm too
But
foolish.
I did open everyone's character sheets. I was like, everyone else is going to do the same thing, and like, and there's not even going to be a.
Yeah,
good
you can
surprise,
see
was
Rid's
very
charisma, which may blow some of you away.
but-
I'm
What?
technically anything that happens around me that is below a 20 stealth, I'm like, I fucking see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were enough weird things that I think Rid was just kind of waiting for people to click.
Leo still is just like, patrons.
I mean, I feel like you don't have to really understand. The point of the matter is, my cool owl patron said that y'all are cool people and I need to hang with you. So that's where I'm at.
What's their name?
wise owl.
Their name is Pencast.
Pencast.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, so you guys arrive at the location. When you land there, let me ask you this, Renee.
Yes.
As a trinket was donated, and your number came up. So, obviously there's a lot of pets in the Belladonnas. So I'm not
Understatement.
gonna say you obviously already have one.
Are
Quite a
there?
magical pet,
Yes.
in fact.
Yeah, a familiar might be the
A
term.
familiar would be the term I would use to describe turnip, yes. So one of the donations, or the trinkets, is a pet, but if you don't want, I don't know, because like a lot of people here have cats or similar things that act like cats that would probably not be down for other pets intruding on that. Turnip's a rabbit, so I don't know how rabbits feel
She
about
also has a big cat.
That's true, you do have it, but not with you because you're on the back of a dragon.
No, but I have a big cat named Gazelle.
That's true, you do. I forgot about Gazelle momentarily. So,
okay.
you have the potential for another pet or something that just seems, or one of two things that are fitting. So that's where I leave it. Pet is the option for a lemur, a winged lemur, similar to Che Jr. from, so basically a lemur monkey from, Avatar. Or a gecko or a Shiba Inu dog, your choice of those three. Or somehow here it'll be a part of this dragon council. You get some new tattoos, which are geometric tattoos on your forearms, palms, legs, and feet to help you guide your energy and your unarmed strike. So basically similar things to Aang's arrows that he has. Or a simple farmer's conical straw hat.
And I get to choose.
I
Okay, so I feel like the pressure for me to catch up on pets with the Belladonnas is real. But tattoos are kind of my thing, and I do have a familiar already, and I do have a giant cat, and I don't know how well a flying lemur would go over, because that's definitely the way I'd go, by the way.
Yeah, of course. But why would you
so-
not?
Let's
Wingman.
do the tattoos, because I
fight
feel like that's the most fitting
Okay,
thing.
so it says geometric, so however you want to, it just says they're on your basically, what is it? On your forearms, palms, legs, and feet, however you want to work that out. And you don't have to do palms, because palm tattoos are stupid. But they're geometric. You decide what they look like. They don't have to be arrows, right? That was just an example that I gave you. You could do like Katie's, the dice. Those are geometric shapes. It's up to you. It's a freebie, no magical association with said tattoos, at least not now.
Right.
But that's something that you just have in your back pocket to think about.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna think on it.
That's fine.
'Cause I haven't gotten them done yet.
That's true. They're gonna
I'm gonna have
happen.
to make a stop in Waterdeep and
Yeah.
get them done.
You find a dragon that's a tattoo artist on the Dragon Council.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, I've got my tattoo breath. What do you want, bro?
Oh man,
You gotta
sign
do a
me up.
concentration
Oh my
first.
god, I'm writing that down. Tattoo dragon. We're gonna make that a
So
thing.
cool.
That would be so cool.
An ink dragon?
Yeah, man. Ink dragon. All
Can you
right.
imagine being the most prim and proper character and you just get blasted by this ink dragon?
Oh my god, that'd be the worst.
Fucking Batman mask on and a tear, like
Well, it's like there's a lot of things like that that I think about that are like, oh, it seems so stupid, but like that's a thing. Like you could, if that was a character, like you just wreck that person's day.
Yeah.
Like you don't even have to do like I forgo damage. Enjoy the lack of laser tattoo removal.
Oh.
Go find yourself a really high level wizard to make make you a new body.
Grow you new skin. You're welcome.
Yeah,
somebody doing back alley reincarnation.
exactly. I mean, similar things. Like I know you can like the continual flame spell, right? It makes something light up permanently. You spend 1,000 gold of I think rubies dust to make it happen, or 100 gold, and it makes something light up like a candle indefinitely, but no flame or light. But because it's typically designed to be as a beneficial spell, there is no saving throw associated with it. It's just something you touch. So you could just be like,
Rude.
hey, rogue that's trying to run away, I cast a continual flame on your armor. It lights up forever. Try and stealth. Like, little things
Yep.
like that. Anyway, you guys make it into this council.
Yeah, so the last like few hours of flight, I think something in the conversation like triggered it in Rid's head. So she's just been like brainstorming new tattoos. Like, you know, we've hit a couple of dragons, so I think I need to commemorate that. How can I commemorate that? And just like kind of flowing through that. And also, strangely, like a flying lemur.
For some reason.
Yeah, I like it. So, you guys are brought. Elia will land. It transformed back into her humanoid form, and she will lead you into like it's basically like a big carved out, sized enough that a dragon could fit in it, hole in the side of like a mountain face. And you guys travel in through this worked stone, and basically she doesn't say much, and she will travel through with you guys into basically a large area where you will enter into a circular room, and then she will like leave you to stand in the center, and then she will join, and you'll see that like you are recessed, and then there's sort of like a step up, and it's a circular kind of like panel desk where there are designated like 5 spots, and she will go sit in one of them. And you can see there are several other people are starting to file in at the moment.
In people form?
In people form, yes. I don't know. Is it cooler if they start in dragon form and then turn into people?
I don't know. Either way, Leo is stoked, but trying not to wear it on his face.
Are they all beautiful and shiny?
They are all
I would assume so.
beautiful and shiny. There's one thing I just need to make sure I don't mess up because this is actually really important to a backstory of one of you guys. Yes, give me one sec. So you'll see the dragons come in. You'll see a copper dragon come in, like walk in and then land. And what's the... How do I spell this? That's not how you spell the word I'm looking up.
Cool.
Spelling with the Belladonnas.
That's right. And she'll nod in acknowledgement to Elia, who sits in her spot, and she will introduce... Actually, they'll all introduce themselves. So she takes the form of a human female when she transforms into her her change shape ability there. Then you will have... It's one of these three. Sorry guys, give me one sec because I don't want to mess this up.
No worries.
In this pause, Odella will fix her hair and prestidigitate herself.
Yeah.
Leo's like, oh my god, all these dragons.
Rosalind's just like,
So far we have a copper dragon who's a human female.
Yes, and you have Elia who
And
looks...
a silver dragon who is elf?
I think what did I say she was elf? I can't remember.
He's either elf or human.
Elia, she's an elf.
Yeah, so she's an elf. A female elf. And the other three... I'm sorry, you'll have somebody join. They don't actually tell you all of what forms they choose to take.
Oh.
Which is... They do it for a couple, and some I know from just my knowledge of the Forgotten Realms. Okay, I'm right at the point in the backstory where this becomes a thing. Just gotta find it. Are you in a... I'm so confused as to what's going on in the chat right now.
Emergency is in a nice hot bath with a glass of red wine, and that sounds amazing.
Oh, it does that?
Watching us,
living your best life.
you are living your truth. I'm a person, and you're the best. And I wish I was doing that too.
Same.
I mean, while playing D&D, obviously.
I was gonna say, like, are we all just screaming from a bathtub? Is that gonna be a new?
I mean, that's
Well,
very
I
on
mean,
brand for the
brand.
It's
Belladonnas.
totally on brand.
In our bathing suits with wine.
We all have Primp and Pie shower caps.
Oh
They
my
all eat
God.
like different pies.
Yeah.
God.
Okay, new merch.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to come up with a way to make
Yes.
some Belladonna's shower caps, I guess that's a thing we could do.
I'm on it.
I'm looking right now.
I'll call my guy,
Your shower cap guy?
my merch guy.
How is there no shower cap that looks like a pie?
It seems...
Gotta make it.
Even on Etsy?
I look just in general shopping on Google.
Look on Etsy, I'm sure.
I'm
it's
gonna
there.
look on Etsy right now.
Everybody tell us your artist friends who make
shower
wearable.
caps that
Yeah,
look
find
like...
us a shower cap guy.
Go. It is your quest.
Could we find a balloon that looks like a pie and then
Yes. I'll make balloon hats for everybody.
The closest thing I can find is a crocheted baby hat.
Well, that's not at all like a pie.
It's not. It's not.
Anything.
I mean, it looks like it's a pumpkin pie.
Okay, what about pie hat? Just pie hat, and then we'll make it waterproof eventually.
You just spray it with that
Oh,
thing
wow.
you spray your boots with.
There's hats that are shaped like pie. You know, like those big cheese heads you wear if you live in the Wisconsin.
If you live in the Wisconsin...
Oh, the little berets.
The
They're
little
so cute.
oh pie beret.
Thanks for
Oh.
sticking with us, chat.
Sorry,
Oh,
guys.
God.
I'm
Bye,
like...
beret.
Sorry. Oh, Leo will like whisper to Adela. He's like, "Hey, I know this probably isn't the time, but are you mad at me?"
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Not right now, Leo.
What the fuck?
Okay.
I'm just like, you're not mad at me right now? Or like, you don't want to talk about this right
yeah.
now?
He's like, okay, maybe on a break or something, from this big council.
Yeah. I'm sure they take bathroom breaks.
All those dragon breaks, you know, the bathroom breaks with dragons.
Roscoe's like, shh.
Can you imagine like the line for a dragon bathroom? Like,
Jesus. I mean, I feel like it would move quickly, but you'd feel like you were so far behind in the line.
Yeah. I just, go outside. I don't know.
I'm sure. Okay, if a dragon has to go to the bathroom in its dragon form and then changes into its like human form and then goes to the bathroom, do they relieve themselves completely or do they
Holy
have
shit. They're just
Yeah,
there for a real long
Does the pea transform with the drag? Like, I don't
We need to know.
know.
These
Sorry,
are
I was
important
thinking
questions.
So,
All right, seriously. So it's apparently has disappeared from my phone, which is very disappointing.
do we all have our backstories in D&D Beyond?
I do not.
Oh,
I don't think I do.
we can
Well-
post them in there if we.
Well, this will be important. Let me see one sec, because is yours in there, Celeste?
It is.
All right, let me see, because you changed the name in one conversation we had one time.
Oh,
And that's why I'm trying to find it,
oh, this is my bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
basically.
my whole thing is in D&D Beyond.
You can change your theme?
Yes, you can. All sorts of options in there.
There's not a pink one. What the fuck?
I know. It's kind of weird. I'm right there.
Blue.
So, let me ask you this, Celeste. Because
Yes.
this came up and I forgot. And I don't see it in there. Your sword that you have.
Yes.
You had said in your backstory you had given the person you got it from a name, but then you had said something different at one point.
I don't think I ever knew her name.
No, but you had described it as something to me one time, and I'm
The
losing-
Atlantean blade?
No, not the name of the sword. The name of the person you got it from.
She was a sea enchantress.
Yeah. All right, this will be the better way to do it. Hang on. Sorry, guys. This is driving me up a wall because this is like I had thought it was just readily available.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's not your fault.
This is gonna be weird though, if that's what's happening.
It is. Nope. Is it this one? I think it's this one.
I don't know if you guys want to, but I'm using some of my hit dice to have healed.
Yeah, you guys. We could say that happened.
Yeah, probably over 12 hours we can at
Yeah.
least have.
I think
Yeah, I'm gonna. That's a good call. Just in case things turn south.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Sorry, I'm all afluster now at the moment because this is
You're good. Did I miss anything?
no.
I asked Odella if she was mad at me, and she said, "No, this isn't the time."
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We're also using our hit dice to have healed before we got to the Dragon Council.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Okay. 106 out of 107. I'm good with that.
Back to full, baby. That dragon breath only tickled.
Where in D&D Beyond do you mark off hit dice?
I think it's under healing.
Oh,
There's
if
like
you.
a short rest.
Oh, I clicked on it. It was not the thing.
Oh, short rest.
Short rest confirm.
Is this it? Let me just see if this is the last one. Did you ever give me a location of where that was?
Nope, I left it open for interpretation.
Okay. Fuck, this is... Alright, I'm about to just give up on this. This is really pissing me off.
Do you want to text it to me? Answer?
No, because I know what you put in there for the name, but it was in a text from a million years ago, because you had said... In your backstory, it says something like Witch of the Winds, I think?
Yep.
And then I think there was another name you had used in a text one time.
Whichever you prefer.
Well, the other one's the name that I don't have. That is the one that I need.
Damn it. Which of the...
Let's try one last thing, and then we're going to call it quits. And just move on.
Drink real quick.
Yeah, guys, take a quick break. I'll be here, freaking out, trying to remember this shit. I really, honestly, just thought it was in my phone, and now it's not, and that's driving me crazy. Can't believe.
That's a really hard feel.
Well, it's like I scroll back, and like my phone just stops at like. It's definitely missing some texts in there somewhere.
I'm just because I don't remember, so I'm like trying to.
I'm checking like every conversation I've ever had with Celeste.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a lot.
That's fine. I'm glad the chat is keeping everybody entertained with conversations about alcohol.
Alcohol is the
thanks, y'all.
best.
It's so good. My dream is to go to one of those Bloody Mary places that gives you like a fucking fried chicken and a pizza
Or
and
the like cheeseburger.
yeah,
Or
like
Bloody
everything
Mary.
on there. Like it's your entire meal.
That's the Irish pub. Like that's a 5-minute walk from my house. They put a
Oh.
full on like double bacon cheeseburger on top of your Bloody Mary. You're like,
Blessed.
I know. I've never ordered it. I've always gotten too scared.
What?
That's a lot.
Okay, before you leave and you move.
Yeah, before I move, I have to go.
You-
That will be
you
my
gotta
final
go.
day.
Yeah, your last hurrah.
My last before
You
I
have to
go.
take a picture.
I will. I'll send it right to you. Then I'll also send you a picture of how sick I am
So
the next day.
Excellent. I want the full story. Don't leave anything out. Oh my god. I love them like on a summer morning. Like I feel a little bad when I like wake up and I'm in my pink kitty cat pajamas and I go down to my freezer and I take out my vodka at like 10 a.m. on a summer morning on a Saturday, but I'm like, whatever. It's breakfast.
There's vegetables.
It's tomato soup. It's whatever.
hey, almost happy birthday, emergency.
Yeah,
Aw.
I saw
Yay.
that.
Legal drinking. It's not as fun.
Yeah.
Just more
Still
accessible.
pretty fun, let's be clear.
Yeah,
I mean,
still
it's
pretty
great.
fun, but you don't feel that extra little bit of danger. That's as dangerous as I got, let's be clear. But I think my first time I drank, I was 20 and I made a Facebook event and I invited the people I wanted there and I was like, we're gonna drink woo-woos because that's hilarious. And then I drank and I was like, oh, this is being drunk, cool. And then that was the end of it.
I like built strawberry daiquiris up in my head to be this amazing thing all growing up. And so when I turned 21, the first drink I got was a strawberry daiquiri and it was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it probably wasn't like the best strawberry daiquiri. Like it was from like Logan Steakhouse or something.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
You were like, whatever. These
known
rolls
for their
are.
daiquiris.
I just turned 21. I didn't really know where to go to buy good alcohol.
When I turned 21, I went to a gay bar with my friends, and I got so drunk that I started buying everybody else drinks.
Oh no.
And I fell on the dance floor, and I couldn't get up because I was laughing so hard.
Oh no.
That sounds like a good use of a 21.
It was really good. I had a great time. And I guess that they'd been giving out popcorn to everybody throughout the night. But when I left, like they were closing up, and I was like, I didn't know about this. And they're like, oh, sorry, we're closing. I'm like, it's my birthday. And they gave it to me. And I was like, they're like, here, just for you. And I was like, I'm so special. This is so special. And then later, like the next day, my friend was like, they were giving it out to everybody for free.
Oh, lame.
You ruined my birthday. I don't think I've ever had a Four Loko.
Oh, I had them before they were illegal.
Yeah, when they still the alcohol in them.
Yeah, that was like, oh yeah,
Worm
college
silk?
baby.
What?
What?
What is this? I remember when it had worm silk in it.
What?
I don't know.
Is that?
That
Ask about 47 candles.
Just remembered I had a bunch of four roses in my house, and I'm like, hell yeah,
What is that?
very nice whiskey.
Ooh.
I remember the first time I drank, we drank straight Smirnoff and then had Smirnoff ices.
Ooh,
And I've never drank vodka ever again, pretty much.
yeah. After that, nope. What did they used to call them? The spins or something? Spins? Where's
I
those
don't
little Smirnoff like fruity drinks?
I have no idea. There was Smirnoff ice. It was like the lemonade version of it, and it was.
Oh look, Renee's taking a
Oh.
selfie.
You look
I
so
am
cute,
For our
girl.
Lucigram.
Let's take a
My-
selfie. Let's take a
My
picture of her
stream
taking a
selfie.
selfie.
Okay, wait. You can't see you at all.
Alright.
You're just a blur.
I'm gonna move on because I can't find the name and it's driving me up a freaking wall.
It's not that
Yeah.
bad.
Just make it up, Ted.
I know. It was a thing. It was another one of those great lore things that I probably should have wrote down, but I just assumed I'd have it. But I did not. Is the answer. So back into this. The dragon lands, turns into a human female. You've got Elia, who spirited you here. You have another dragon, a brass dragon, that lands and approaches, and takes the form of a human male, because they don't have anything interesting here. We're gonna just say that it's this one, because I'm very upset that it's not written. Anyway, so then you have a bronze dragon lands and walks and takes their spot at the council. And when transforms into its humanoid form, it is a form that you instantly recognize, Leo,
Oh, but
of the same witch of which you spent an evening with many, many years ago to placate and save people, as well as the one that granted you the sword at your hip.
oh shit, I feel like some foreshadowing is happening. Come in at a real sharp focus here, and I don't like this, Ted.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. Okay. Does she
And
see me?
Oh,
What
she
is-
sees you. And there's just a smile splits her lips. She doesn't say anything. But now there's a cold, calculating look that of a very powerful dragon staring you down. So,
Oops.
I probably give her I'm shocked, and then I try to give her a charming smile, like of acknowledgement. And that was a pretty amazing night.
Do you say that out loud?
No, I do not say that, but he's just, I'm gonna make a persuasion to be like, I'm handling this. It's like seeing an axe at a party or someone you're like, oh, cool, this is super
Yeah,
weird.
let's
I'm
sure.
gonna be cool in front of my friends. Also, I don't think I've told anyone about this, so that's
You
fine.
haven't.
Okay, that'll be a 28.
You're keeping it together.
Yeah.
So I'll give you a peek behind the veil a little bit. The thing that I can't find is at one point you put a name to that character for some reason, like in a text or something. You had referred to it as the Witch of the Winds a bunch, and at one point you had been like, it had like Sea Witch of something, and it had like a name to it. And I just, for the hell of it, threw that in Google. Turns out that character is actually a ancient dragon that pretends to be a witch.
What?
Like, that's a thing that exists. The exact one that you named. And my favorite part is it's a male dragon that changes shape into a female witch.
Yo, what is up with my life and this shit?
And, like, that was before I came up with the idea for your dad. Like, you picked a random-ass name, and it turned out to be a thing.
That's bananas, McGee, dude. What?
So, yeah, there's a smile. And they wait, basically, for... you have a brass, bronze, silver, and copper dragon. No gold dragon. And they're waiting. And they will tell you... They'll say, kind of as a general consensus around the room, and the way things are set up is they are elevated, so they are all looking down upon you, as you guys are in the center here.
Intimidating.
And they will say that, will they await Protanther's arrival, but they will get started in his stead. So they will go around and they will introduce each other. They will introduce the brass dragon is Eleuthera. That is a male brass dragon. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce Elia's actual name.
Ellie is fine.
Because it's Otaarylyakkkarnos.
Next.
Nemer is the name of the bronze dragon that you
That
are.
feels like an easy one to follow up with.
That's the one that you're familiar with, Leo.
Okay.
And the
I'm
copper.
sorry, could you repeat that? I'm sorry. I was like in a whole other place.
Nemer, Nymmurh.
Okay.
And Tasmakella is the copper dragon.
Tasmakella.
Tasmakella, yep.
Nemer was the
one that currently looks like a sea witch.
Bronze dragon.
The bronze dragon, yes. So, they will say to you that they kind of give you the spiel, and then they're going to tell you an individual thing. So they'll tell you that basically they don't have any needs or judgments for the factions of the Sword Coast. They know them all by their reputation, and they know that leaders often determine what happens in society. So you are not really truly you're invested in what's going on, and while you may be involved in different factions, you have differing factions' opinions. You come from different factions or none at all. So your opinion, they've kind of appointed you as the ones with like the least skin in the game from the faction standpoint, and that you would be good mediators for this council and to provide sort of testimony and like beseechment, if you will, to these dragons. So they say that they if they're going to side with the humanoids, It will be a statement of personal faith in the party, in the Belladonnas, in you four. It all rests with you if they will join the fight. So, they will all basically... the mechanics behind this is everybody has something that they kind of want, the way they feel towards you as a party in general, and the concession that they want. So, basically, you know that they are all hyper intelligent, they're all exceptionally wise. So, more than likely, flat out deception and lying is probably not your best bet. It's not impossible, but the numbers are stacked against you. So they will say, I will give you, I'll just go around. So Eleuthera is an ancient brass dragon who's fought, they'll kind of give you their whole thing, and he's a planar traveler. He travels across the planes seeking knowledge. And challenging games. Things with tests of wit and the like. You can make me, Roswin, you can make me a history or arcana check. Whatever the dragon stuff applies to this.
Natural 20.
Okay. You would know that the legend has it that Eleuthera actually hangs out, like, is buddies and hangs out with Agma, the god of knowledge. Like, that's supposedly a rumor.
Ooh.
Like, so up there.
Room. Oh my god.
So he sees good and bad in all of the lesser races. And he is, as one would expect, one who is so invested in knowledge. He doesn't really have any desires one way or another. He's pretty much here to be the neutral everyman on the council, willing to hear your pitch, essentially, for why they should join, and he has no preconceived notions one way or another. And he seems pretty... Actually, everybody can make me an insight check. Insight check against a dragon, but an insight check.
We'll try.
Yeah, why not? Just
22.
That's a 7.
24.
Okay. You get the feeling that, similar to his mindset, just as a group success, his mindset about his desires is kind of his mindset towards you guys. Like, he's not really for or against anything, and he's not really for or against you. He's kind of, neutral. He does, like, he is clay to be molded by your arguments and your interests. So, Elia is, she's pretty much neutral to you as well, although she is kind of leaning more towards the friendly side after the little bit of encounter you guys have interacted with thus far. She wants to... Her kind of intention is she wants to strike now. She doesn't want to wait. She wants to do it now because she thinks it'll cause more casualties the longer everyone waits. She... And you guys can... I'll give you that, and then if things come up, we'll have you guys make some rolls. So, Nemur.
Oh.
Nemur is friendly to you as a general whole, but Leo, you're not sure. There's some history there. It could be more than friendly. It could be maybe not so friendly. You're really off your game lately. You're not sure.
God damn it, I am. This is hard.
Oh
boy.
And
Dragonception.
Dragoncepted.
He/she. He's a male dragon. He wants to help the Harpers and the Order of the Gauntlet, as he believes they epitomize the best traits of human aspiration.
Okay.
Tasmakella is neutral to you guys as well. She basically is also convinced that striking now might not be a bad idea, but she's not convinced they would succeed. And when Elias says that, she means that the dragon should strike now, not like the larger mass, just the dragons, just them. Tasmakella says that she is no stranger to humanoid allies, and in fact has fought to take down other great worms at the aid of several of humanity, or of the humanoids of the Forgotten Realms. She's traveled. Her and her sister have fought alongside legendary heroes of the realms to bring down Arathader's son, actually, and to drive him away from the Sword Coast during the Darkening, which is
rough life.
which is a time when the Drow darkened the sun in the north to allow them to strive on the surface to try to take over Sword Coast. So, and then they are basically waiting for Protanther to appear, the gold dragon, the greatest among them. And you can see that like they're having they're murmured conversations, but you do get the hint that there may be a bit of worry that he's not here. And I would, in the meantime, while they wait for his arrival, I would like all of you to tell me what your strategy is. Are you going to try to go at them as like a party to each dragon? Are you guys going to try to splinter off and have a conversation with each one? How are you going to approach it? And it'll go to rolls if necessary, but I would much rather you tell me, like, give me a speech, give me a pitch in a role play scenario, and if I consider it to be good enough based on their intentions towards you, but we don't even have to roll. So you kind of know a little bit about how they feel towards you guys as a whole, what their general overview is, and kind of what they want or don't want. And depending on that, you may be able to get a concession out of them for like, okay, I'm in, but this has to happen.
Got it.
I think for Rid, at least, she's going to kind of defer to her party members starting out. Most especially Odella, probably, because I think I did the math, and she met the party 5 days ago and has fought 4 dragons the past 4 days.
Oh my god.
That is, yeah, wow, holy shit.
That's one way to put it.
Not ever done that before. So it's been a very much whirlwind. And she's very much along for the ride. She'll help wherever she can. But there's definitely a lot of history there that she just doesn't grasp. She's doing this because she was told to, and because now she cares about these people.
Fair.
She does kind of explain that in hushed tones, like.
Mm-hmm.
And
can we powwow or no?
Yeah, they'll give you a moment to break and talk. And again, you guys obviously have other things at your disposal. I'll just remind you that between things that you have, items, wealth and whatnot, these are dragons. Not to stereotype them, but that
we could bribe dragons.
I mean, if you have something powerful magical items or vast amounts of wealth, not saying that it could do it, but that might tip things in your favor. Like, we can give you X, Y, or Z. Also, here's this thing. If you would want this for your horde, kind of a scenario. So, break.
So we're trying to get as many of these dragons as possible to come fight with us at the end of days fight.
Yeah, so basically it is a council, and they are majority rules.
Got it.
So there are 5 of them. You need 3 on your side.
Got it.
Yeah.
And since, yep.
What if we barter you to the bronze dragon?
Wow, thanks guys.
No, I'm kidding, I'm
Uh,
kidding. I don't even know about this.
No.
Yeah, no, I don't know if you guys don't know it. It's Leo doesn't know what's going on. This is weird. But to be safe, we should convince at least 3 of these dragons here because we don't know what this protanther is gonna feel one way or the other. So I mean, I feel like Eleuthera, all about like the logical, the rational. So if we can just propose like, hey, we've got all of these people on our side to show up with you to the fight, like that feels like he's gonna be able to jive with that. Plus, we also have the Arcane Brotherhood. Is that what they're called?
Mhm.
They're on our side. So I mean, that's a potential link between the two. So I feel like that's going to be attractive to him.
And I feel like persuading the 2 that are kind of like eager to act now to back down a little bit. Like they're already at the action point. It's just a matter of getting them to act
With us,
people, right? So I feel like those 2 would be good to talk to as well. Maybe present kind of the logic behind being a unit instead of taking action now.
Yeah, I mean the 3 I feel comfortable like persuading just with an open dialogue would be Tasmakella, Eleuthera, and Nymor. Like I feel like they're already either kind of into our thing or Elia's the only one who's like gung ho, right the fuck now, let's go.
Right.
Whereas Tasmakella, we're like, hey, you fought alongside us before, like ancient heroes, and we helped. Let's do it again. Let's strengthen the bond between dragons and heroes.
You guys, you can make me a history check based on that, and we'll see if you can't recall who or anything about this.
Okay, that will be a 19.
Okay, 19.
I'm not gonna beat that. I got like a 15.
I know bard stories.
Anybody else?
I got 10.
10. Grid?
Oh, I forgot to roll. I really kind of thought it was just Leo, but
All right, then we can just leave it to Leo.
20.
Oh, don't
Oh,
do
well,
that.
shit.
No, I rolled it, Ted.
All right. Well then, so you guys would know that, how much would be now? Tasmakella and Ilnazara fought alongside the dwarven contingent of Mithril Hall, Citadel Adbar, Citadel Felbar, against the Drow incursion led by Tiago Banry in the north, when they were assaulting, basically trying to take out village after village. They had taken several cities as well, and actually they had fought alongside one of the legendary monks of the Order of the Yellow Rose. One of them, who is now one of the masters, they fought alongside him and a certain purple-eyed Drow ranger.
Maybe we even try to use Tasmakella to help try to convince Elia by
Elia,
using like her stories and everything like that of how working as a group worked in her favor.
Yeah, I mean, for Tasmakella, I think we can definitely appeal to that heroic nature and that story. Like, you were here with us before, come back, we'll do it again, and, you know, the glory of the dragons and everything. And then Night Morpher as well, she wants to help the Harpers, and she wants to help the Order of the Gauntlet. We've already got them on our side. We literally have 2 representatives here. Like, we want to forge that alliance, and we want to open that door. And then Eleuthera again. If the Brotherhood doesn't sway him, I think the pure logic of like, let's work together and do this will appeal to him.
Elia's part of the Harpers, so that means she works with humans all the time. For her to want to just do this just dragons seems a little odd to me.
Maybe it's a pride thing. She thinks it'll be fine.
But we could appeal to that a little bit too.
It might be a protective thing.
Yeah. So she's a Harper.
And then if worst comes to worst, what do we have to like barter with? Like, I almost feel like Eleuthera, if it comes to it, we could probably give him the telescope thing we have on top of the Primp and Pie. I feel like he'd like that.
Yeah, I mean, we've got
He's a
access.
Planar traveler though, so I'm not sure that he wants to lug around a telescope with him, but we can offer it to him.
Something pretty for the horde.
It is currently attached to the top of our house.
You take the
Lift
top of our house.
and separate.
Just come back. There's 2 corpses of dragons in the streets, and the roof of your house is gone.
You know. All right.
That's what adventure is.
Yep.
2 dragons in the street and the roof of your house just gone.
I mean, I'm down to try and give them a speech as a unit and see where we go from there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we think we should break them up?
um,
I think appealing to them individually might be wise since we kind of have different strategies for each of them.
yeah. And we got to make sure that I feel like we got to make sure that we do Tasmacalia first, because I feel like she could be an additional voice if we like rouse in her the memories of like victory and triumph and all that.
Especially, yeah, for Elia.
Okay.
All right, sweet. Do you want to talk to Tasman?
Yeah, I'd
first?
like that, and then come back together and use that. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Does somebody want to take point on that?
I think that you or Odella should take point.
Do you want Leo to do it or Odella?
You
Which
and
dra-
Odella?
Which dragon is this?
Tasmakella.
Sorry, I was just trying to
Rid will be
think of
happy to help.
what I know
with
about copper dragons. But
Mm.
real quick, I'll be like, "Hey, Pygat, can you help at all?"
You see, Pygot is a little
Scared?
unsure. Yeah, a little scared.
Oh, little buddy.
There's little
yay.
images of, like fear in
Aw.
it sending your way.
I'll give him a little pat. I'll be like, "There's nothing to be afraid of. You stay with me." Leo can take point on this one just because I want to see what points he's gonna make.
All right, let's go. All right, let's go ahead and talk to Tasmakella.
Okay.
Are they just kind of like drifting around?
Yeah,
the
it's
table?
sort of like a mixer, I guess I've turned this into. I guess.
All right.
Dragon mixer.
Cool.
Oh, Leo
Soup-
just wants
soup's
to give a dramatic
cash.
speech to everybody on the table because that's his way. But this
There's
will
some
do.
fancy ass champagne.
Ooh,
I will take a glass.
yoink.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk up then. Tasmakella, it is an honor to teach you a great part about you. If any is true, then certainly you are an admirable, well, hero.
And she says, well, it's nice to see that my name has made its way around. Sometimes these things get glossed over in the grander stories of epic heroes.
I suppose that's sort of what I want to talk to you about. As a person of action from one to the other, I think I can be brief in saying this. You have fought beside heroes of legend. You have been integral to these battles, to these songs, to these stories, and we would be honored and we need you to fight beside us once again to take down this threat.
And you can see that it's definitely stirring memories
Mhm.
in her mind.
Yeah, I have campaigned beside Dwarven kind. I have turned back Drow myself. I've waged war against these vicious foes, and I know what it takes to stand there amongst comrades to lead that charge. And while you may certainly do harm to the enemy on your own, I believe that we should fight together for both of our glories and both of our success to take down this foe, so maybe our names will be sung together and not forgotten into the lore of other heroes, for you deserve to have your songs praised forever.
she is she's definitely thinking about it quite a bit.
Okay.
And let's see. Now I have to pick something. Because she seems like she is on your side. And let us see. Because this is how the book works.
Ooh.
Well, it's not a good thing.
Uh-oh.
I have to pick one of your magic items from all of yours that was actually a magic item from her hoard that was stolen. She wants it back.
Oh.
But I have to, it's not necessarily yours, it's the party's. But I have to pick something that's important, not like something that you guys just have sitting around not doing anything.
Oh.
Right. Fair.
That is fine.
Let's roll a d4. That's been the theme for tonight. Okay. Let's see. So, turns out, fun fact, that Roswin, that mantle of spell resistance, that used to be hers.
Oh my! I didn't know it was stolen. Of course you can have it back. To be honest, somebody stole something from me, so I just kind of picked it out. But like, if it's yours, totally.
And she will take it back, and she'll thank you. And she says, when it comes to voting, you have me on your side.
Thank you. You honor us.
All right.
Big fan.
Boom! One in the hole.
Rid's just over in the background. It'll be epic.
I'm like, Leo, you're so good at this. You're so good at this. You're so beautiful. Get him.
I'm like, I give you a little, yeah.
All right. So, who's next?
All right, so we got Tasmakella. So who do we feel we want to talk to? I think we have a good case with either Eleuthera or Nymila.
You
It's
want
gonna
to
be-
be that second one, Leo? You want to go? Go talk to the ladder.
Maybe Odella should talk to Eleuthera first, because I feel like they kindred spirits.
Well, actually, I was curious about Elia. What is her rank in the Harpers? Is she a high Harper?
She's like a, I guess she's
a
more
wise
like
owl.
at least a wise owl when it comes to that kind of thing, but she's more like a special case. Like she's like a permanent retainer
An
kind of a thing.
honorary
Yeah,
member?
yeah, basically.
Okay. Just
So you're not like directly reporting to her per se, but she's like a known ally to the Harpers, if that makes sense.
Mhm. Okay.
So, is it Eleuthera then?
Yeah, if that's who you want me to talk to. What was
Or
our
if you
game
wanna-
plan
Or if
with
you want to
her?
talk to Elia, I mean, whoever you feel like you got in the hole. Go with your heart.
I don't know. Every time I try to talk to somebody, Ted's like, that was the worst point that you could have ever made.
Oh,
in the
God.
world."
Well, let's change it up. See what you got. Don't worry, it's just the success of the party on this. That's fine.
Dude.
What the hell?
Wow.
All right, if you want, I mean, I think you got this.
Yeah.
Got this, babe.
Yeah.
What was our plan of action with Eleuthera?
I think Eleuthera, I mean, just appealing to his rationality. Like, we've got a ton of people here, and we also
Yeah.
have the Arcane Brotherhood as an ally, if he needs to make a scholar connection.
He also likes challenging games. The
Challenge him
strategy
in
of planning
Dragon chess?
well,
What's
the strategy of planning like an all-out assault.
War game kind of a thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, could
Yeah.
be.
much better than just the haphazard? Let's get them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously.
And Rid will help wherever she can,
Okay.
Okay.
knowing that she has like no clue about the Arcane Brotherhood or anything like that. So
I
Fair.
caught you up in my recap.
you
on the
did,
back
but
of
it
the-
was a Celeste recap, and so Rid's
Oh,
like, "Yeah,
man.
no, totally, the Arcane Brotherhood, got it."
You know that Leo. Never mind.
Of course he does. Anyway, so Laura, are you going to talk to Elia or Eleuthera? Which one was your plan?
I'll go talk to Eleuthera.
Okay.
first.
So, yeah, Eleuthera looks to you.
So I hear that you're you're very. See, I'm terrible at talking. This is why I can't play this character.
You can. I believe in you.
You can do it. I hear that you're very interested in challenging games, and I just like to pose you the question of what's more challenging than planning the perfect battle. And I just think that if you work with us, I think that with you on the War Council that we cannot lose. I think that your intelligence would be very helpful. Something along those lines.
All right.
No, yeah, that's good.
So he seems to think over. You pose a couple of good points as far as what's more challenging than planning an assault with thousands, potentially millions,
Millions of pieces
moving
on the
parts.
chessboard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So he will say that he believes the dragon masks are too dangerous to remain in the world if the humanoid races are aware of where they're hidden. If you agree that all of the dragon masks be handed over to the metallic dragons as soon as they are found, including any masks captured after the final battle, he'll agree to join.
I just kind of give a quick look to everybody, but I don't think that they'll disagree with that.
Yeah, I'm like, we don't want to deal with it.
And I say, of course, we will hand them over to the metallic race. No questions.
And he says, well, then you have my vote.
Thank you.
Dude, got this. All right. I'm gonna go talk to Nymor. Is that
Yep.
what you say?
Yeah, we'll
Nymor.
go with that.
And I'm gonna walk up to him, and I wasn't expecting to see you. It's good to see you're well.
Well, it's good to see you're doing well for yourself. And she will look down in her female form down at the sword at your hip and says, well, I see you're still wielding that gift I left for you. Have you found it well?
I have always kept it close, and it has saved me on many occasions. I treasure it.
She says, good. So, here you are now in front of me and my associates, asking for our assistance in a fight against the evil queen of all dragons.
Indeed I am. I have spent many years fighting alongside the Order of the Gauntlet, and my companion over there is deep in the Harpers. I know you have allegiances, or an interest, at least, in both of these factions. And we want to come to you as honest representatives, asking for your aid in this fight. I don't... Well, I suppose I know more of you than anyone else in this room, in a way.
There's a smile.
But on top of that, you are clearly a being of great power and strength, and we must have your assistance in this final fight.
When you see there's a calculating, and it's a very sly smile, splitting these lips, calculating, looking at you up and down as you're having this conversation. And they'll say to you, you make a lot of good points. Well, and then they'll say, I think our arrangements in the past have worked out to both of our benefits clearly. And why break tradition? So, if you will grant me what you granted me before, I think it's more than fair that I join your side.
What did you grant him before?
This is a private conversation.
In the open room.
Oh.
We know.
I need to make some rolls. Hang on, for myself.
Rid and Roswin are like looking at each other,
Odella needs to
Huh.
really learn
or
Leopold's
at least
middle name.
Rid is looking at Roswin like,
I would be honored to perform that service once again.
And we'll walk towards you and like put put
right
a
now?
hand on your shoulder.
Right now? Oh,
Yeah, right here, right now.
Oh boy.
Show them how it's done. No, put a hand on your shoulder
Hey, performance plus 20.
and be like, and then we'll just say, "Good. I look forward to seeing you later on." And then we'll like slow remove the hand and walk over to go get a glass of champagne.
I feel dirty.
Yeah, what did you do for her before? Did you like clean the gutters on her house? Or like did you help her get rid of like some rodent problems? Or like what'd you do?
I kept her company for an evening.
Odella like almost hisses at him and she's like, Leopold, is there anyone you haven't slept with?
Me.
I mean,
Apparently, in the last month, nope, absolutely not. This is I don't know if this is the time to talk about this in this room right now, but I had to do what I had to do to get this done.
Okay, but
one of
next
these
slumber
days, Rid
party.
is just gonna hang out as Jalar just to like fuck with Leo.
I haven't slept with July, so there you go.
You tried. Did try.
And I'm gonna look at Odella, and I think Leo actually gets mad, like sort of mad at this point. He's like, "I'm doing this for like I don't know," and he's gonna just fucking go get a drink.
And at this point, as you guys are about to approach Elia, there are some other folks that are kind of, there's been like not like servants, but there's been like staff that have been like bringing out the drinks and that kind of stuff. Whether they're dragons or not, you don't know. And they come bringing in, and it's like a resplendent golden box. It is like shimmery and sequined and beautiful, tied with this perfect like gold bow, and it's a big box that comes wheeled into the room with like a little tag that says to the council, Council of Metallic Dragons, and they wheel it like right into the middle of the room. And they all look like they're not expecting this. They don't know what this is. And everybody's kind of like, "Did you? No, did you?"
And Leo's like, "Perhaps we should all step back. Like, can we look at this box and like detect magic and
Sure.
like Odella, do you?"
I'm not doing any spells in here.
I mean, do we have permission to?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody seems like a little on edge because they're not sure what this is, and they're like, "Did you do this? Like, what is this package?"
Not good.
So Elia, being basically second in command to all of this and the strongest of the ones that are here, will approach the box, and she will pull the ribbon. As she pulls the ribbon, basically the top stays and the sides kind of, and there's like little stands that are holding the top on, and it falls out, and there is a scream, the likes, and like a wailing, like terrible scream from all of them, and like agony and pain, as you see in that box is the head of a gold dragon. And carved in the forehead is a letter A.
Don't you say fuck! Ava!
My little baby's still grown up. Killing gold dragons.
Is it
Holy
like
shit!
the size of it? How is it, like an ancient dragon?
Yeah, it's totally
Well, it's-
Protanther.
yeah, it's Protanther.
No.
I knew
Hmm.
it. I mean, I didn't know the A things. I don't actually know anything about that, but
Oh my god.
It's weird for Roswin because, like, yeah, in her heart, she has a moment where she's like, "It's Ava, it's my sister," but then she's like, "Oh fuck."
Oh god. Yeah.
And then like fuming, and like you can see like the scales start to like appear, like she's like enraged, fighting to stay in like a composed form.
Mm-hmm.
Elia will look to you
Mm-hmm.
for and says, as the and like shaking with like rage, and says, I don't know who did this, but without question, you will have the full support of all metallic dragons if you can bring the one who did this to justice.
Leo is like, absolutely, we will avenge this heinous crime. I try to like offer her some.
And
Like-
she's just kind of like,
Della
Yeah.
will stay quiet and kind of look at Roswin.
Roswin is dead silent, like completely just stoic face.
Mm-hmm.
Says nothing.
and like they'll just be like, she's just like, get this out of here, and the people will come, and they'll like, it's on wheels, so they kind of like wheel it out, and she's just like, this council is over. Well, you know, she says, we are true to our word, those of us that committed. It seems as though it's a council of 4 now, and though it does seem that we have agreed to provide our assistance, once echoes of this ripple outward, it may be harder to get people to join into this fight. We need to do research to figure out who did this. We've heard of these rash of dragon slaying, but previously it was chromatic dragons. This is the first of the metallic dragon falling to whoever this is. So we must figure out who it is so we can mount an offensive to bring this criminal to justice. But if you are able to do this, know that you will be heralded as heroes among all metallic dragons. Your name will not go unheard. And as many as we can muster, we will join with you. Whenever you are ready, we will defer to you when it comes to this fight. And she storms off.
This is gonna suck. Whoa.
Can we leave?
I mean, I have to stick around for.
Yeah. I assume we're still being held to that promise.
I would assume. I mean, I don't know.
maybe Ask how he's feeling, if he's up for it. Like,
Yeah. Hey,
his
you
friend
want
You
you
get
want
the-
to cash this in now? Like,
whatever
And
works.
yeah, basically we'll agree as like a kind of life is short, apparently. You know, live in the now kind of a thing. So yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm so sorry to input. Do you have somewhere my party
And
can
yeah,
stay?
they'll you
Yeah,
guys have,
do-
there's been accommodations provided for you all here.
Yeah, since I mean we're staying here for 48 hours, we might as well rest up and like, or we've been flying, rest up and see what the hell we're doing. Or some of us won't rest, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Leo. Oh god. We are gonna have some fights.
Tad, you're the worst.
This is gonna be so. I can't believe this is the last game of the year. God damn it.
What a fucking
game.
cliffhanger.
Oh my gosh, I forgot this was the last game of the year.
Well, I have another piece I can do to make it a little more of a cliffhanger if you want.
What? Yes, do it.
Okay, so when you guys go to bed for the night,
Yeah.
you all retire to your rooms, individual rooms, is what people have. Leo, you don't.
Nope.
And Roswin, as you are in your room, I'm sure with a million things running through your mind at the moment, there is a temporal shift, if you will. Like you guys all kind of feel like a boom, well, like a weird thing, and there is sort of like a gravity kind of speeding up or slowing down and then speeding up all at once, and there's a flash of light and smoke and kind of brimstone in your room, and there is a creature standing there, person really, and it's very strange. You see this person looks remarkably like you, but there's some different things, some weird, strange differences about this version, right? One of the horns shorn off. It looks like Roswin, but much older, much more worn, worry lines, things of that nature. Hand or arm, left arm gone at the elbow and has been replaced with some sort of weird plant growth that has grown to make some sort of semblance of a hand, a working hand. There's a strange locket beset in the middle of her, not strange, familiar actually. You were quite familiar with this brooch locket in the middle of the turtle shell, basically set right here, but it is fractured in half. And the half that is missing from this side over seems like regular Roswin, you know, the way you look now. However, the half where the locket is retained, this wing is an angel wing, not a bat wing. And there's weird, she's got kind of starry, you know, very anime-esque starry glowing eye on this side. There's a lot more tattoos than you have currently. And it's just, yeah, it's just a very worn, very weathered looking version of yourself with some clear alterations. And she says, and she like looks around at first and she sees you, and there's this look of just like happiness to see you, and she says, I know this is going to seem very strange, clearly, but what just happened? When am I? What has happened?
Okay. Me. We're at the Dragon Council, and there was a head with an A.
And she will come over and she will give you a big hug. And
she starts bawling.
and she'll kind of like back out from the hug, and she'll say, I don't know how long I have, and I need you to, there's a lot of things going on right now, I know that, but it may seem like not dealing with what's happening is the best thing, to put it off and worry about other things. But if too much time passes, it won't end well. And she'll kind of bring you back into a hug again. And she will say, I thought that we could wait. That it wasn't, you know, there are other things that need to be dealt with. And that we could just wait to try and confront Ava at another point in time. And in that time, she didn't stop. She Tazmikella has a twin sister. She killed her as well. And that fractured the Dragon Council. And she's going to say, I don't know. Just, you need to make sure that that doesn't happen. Because from then on, things have only been worse. And she's like, I just, I know that this is a lot, but I know, and I've seen that you're strong. And I don't know what to say, but I know that if those events happen, things don't end well. And we don't win.
Roswin takes a deep breath and she kind of like touches, I guess, her wood arm and kind of like looks her over. And she like takes in how stressed she is and she just is like, okay, it's going to be okay. I'm going to make it okay. Because I don't want this and I don't want this future for anybody. And whatever I have to do, I'm gonna do it at whatever expense it has to me, because I have to take care of my family and I have to take care of everybody else. And it's what I've always done. So it's gonna be fine. And this is terrifying, but you also look really cool in a weird kind of way.
And and she chuckles at this and she says, if you have time, I would, if you can work it in, I would go home. There's something there for you. Not Scornabel. Home.
But I haven't gone home. Like, I mean, you know.
And she laughs as well. She's starting to cry as well at all of this. And she says, if you can find your way there, there's something that may help you. I can't tell you what's the right order to do things in, but I can tell you what the wrong way is. So if Ilnazara falls, then it's all over. We're doing our best to survive and go underground, but it's not a good future. So I hope a lot of good people died to get me here to tell you this. So please, for everyone's sake, just make it right the way I could.
Okay, I'll do it. I'm gonna do it. This is gonna be fine.
And she will embrace you in another big hug. And then you see as like basically her body begins to shift and then basically slowly starts to disappear and then kind of in sparkles and glitter and like into a moonbeam, and you see the moon outside the window. And that's where we're gonna end for tonight, folks.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Oh.
Oh god, I'm so sorry, Roswin.
To be fair, it's probably better that this happened now and not the first episode of next year.
Dude.
Oh.
This is gonna be a moral fucking clusterfuck of
I just saw your
bullshit.
message. Thanks, Katie.
Oh God. Okay. Well.
So let's go around the room and say where everybody's from. Katie, how about you?
Hi. I'm Katie, and I'm from the future where everything's terrible.
Where Tiamat lives and everything's terrible.
I can be found here every other Monday playing Roswin. You can find me in the Discord chat, and you can find me on Twitter at lazy_mermaiden.
All right, Laura, how are you?
Hi, I'm Laura. I play Odella on here. That's about it. But I also created the other character that's causing all this problem, and I'm so proud of her. So proud. She killed a gold dragon. Like, go her.
Oh God. Wow.
Celeste?
I guess that's cool and all.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. My name is Celeste Conowich. When I'm not here on Nerd Immersion, you can find me over on my channel, The Venture Maidens. We stream on Wednesdays, and we stream and then upload as a podcast, a D&D actual play 5th edition podcast called Venture Maidens, which you can find on iTunes or wherever podcasts are free. We are definitely not family friendly. It's all sassy, good fun. So look it up, Venture Maidens, at Venture Maidens on Twitter. If you like me, and you want to hear my random shit, follow me on Twitter at @CConowich. Oh shit! I'm also the co-host for DMnastics, which you can find on the DM's Block channel, which is also a podcast. So find me there.
All
I was
right.
gonna say it if you didn't.
I know, God, I'm just so emotional.
Yeah, no, completely understandable.
Oh boy.
And Renee, what about you?
Hi, I'm Renee Rhodes. I am having so much fun. My character is still kind of lost because I missed the first half of this campaign, but gosh, I'm so glad to be here, and doing the math on the dragons I've fought since joining this campaign was pretty epic, not gonna lie. You can find me at RayDNR on Twitter. You can find me on Twitch now because I guess I'm doing a couple of little streaming things at RayDN. You can also find me for our very family-friendly D&D podcast, Fate and the Fable Maidens, at Fate FM Cast across the board on social media, or at fatefmcast.com. As for my other streams, I am back on Wednesday night doing the final episode of Eden on Scraticus Academy. It's a Cypher System game, and I'm gonna cry. Let's be real, I'm gonna cry. I'm prepping chocolate cake in advance, but this finale is gonna be sick. I'm so excited. We're gonna take down this big bad, or else die. That's the other option. Friday night, I'm in Witch Girls Adventures on Little Red Dots channel, Chelsea's. So I'd love for you to check that out as well. And I think that's it for me. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
Last game will be-
I'm Ted. This is Nerd Immersion. So that's a thing that happened. I knew about the Ava thing from a long time ago. The future Roswin was something I came up with a couple months back, and I was like, ooh. Remember when I asked you, Katie, I was like, hey, if you had to lose your arm, would you be okay with that? And you're like, are you telling me you're going to cut off my arm, Ted?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about
That was because of this.
I repressed that.
Ted is
Yeah.
calling it back today. Wow.
No, but I love that dope tree arm. That's kind of fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like
There-
Adventure Time.
Yeah, there was some... obviously we were squeezing as much as we could in to get you guys excited to come back for the new year. There was potential for more, the potential for you to interact with everyone, to interact with her, but I kind of like it better that it was just the two of them. Although it's gonna just...
Yeah, but now I'm gonna go back and I'll be like, I saw me, and they're gonna be like, crazy Rob.
I was gonna say, it's gonna add to the... Oh, yep, it's the Roswin who talks to a god and meets Future herself.
But did
Gives away-
Roswell want Raid rooming with her here too? Because I did want to ask that.
Okay, well, you tell me.
I don't know. I'd have to ask.
Well, you have a room. Would Roswin have wanted that?
Yeah, I mean, Roswin always likes to have a group, and she probably would want time to speak to anyone in their group to kind of be like, hey, my sister who murdered that dragon, she's not all bad, before it's just like, yeah, no, we're killing her.
You gotta understand that she had a really rough childhood, and nobody really explained to her that metallic dragons were good dragons, and by the time they did, it was kind of too late.
So, all right, we'll say that we can say Rid was in the room, and maybe Rid took her stealth to the level of like, I'm not gonna make a
Was sleeping,
yeah,
but then like
but not
sleeping,
yeah.
and then like watching this happen, like
Fucking weird shit happens to Rosalind, guys.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
Rin joins us, fights 4 dragons.
she's the OG. She's also the one who could survive the longest.
Oh god.
You don't
oh
know-
god. If this
You don't know how far into the future this Rosalind came from.
yeah.
I didn't ask any questions. I was too emotional. I was in a state.
I know, that's fine. I kind of banked on that you would not be able to ask her questions. That's also why I was like, that's better if nobody else is here. Because then they can't try to ask reasonable questions that I have to come up with an answer for.
No, Rosalind is way too much of an emotional being. She would never be like, oh, like, who's alive? What tactics did they use when they came in? She's just like,
Yeah.
oh my God, all my friends are dead. People died to bring you here? Who died? Who did you let die? Be better. Like, be better.
be better than I was.
Yep.
No.
Half Sailor
Okay.
Moon.
Cool.
Okay, Ted, one question. One selfish question. Does Leo have a kid with this crazy dragon person?
No. Are you asking for future or in...
I'm just asking in general.
No.
Okay,
No.
good.
No.
Just checking. I don't know the rules anymore, man.
I kind of been making them up because I like keeping you on your toes.
Okay, I was just checking.
But
'Cause that
no,
was
like I
implied
said, it
in the
was...
conversation, and then we had this thing back in the past, and I was like, whoa.
No,
that-
it was a random
Okay.
thing that you had said. I'm trying to think of like all of the things that you had said. You're like, yeah, which of the winds, and then threw something else out there, and I was like, oh, let me just type that in because that sounds real, and it was real, and it's a
Okay.
witch who pretends it's a dragon who pretends to be a witch, and I was like,
That's crazy.
what? I thought you did it on purpose when I read it. So
That's crazy.
then I was like, oh man, this is great. Put them on the council.
So
Damn it.
So when we rejoin our party in the new year, unless you guys want to possibly play on New Year's Day at night, it's a Tuesday.
That's fine. I mean,
I'll throw it. We'll talk offline.
Yeah.
But sounds like the Tuesday group may like half of them are committed, half of them aren't for New Year's Day. So if that's the case, maybe we can get one more in before, literally the day before or actually it'd be the first game of the new year.
the first day, yeah.
Oh, we want to be the first game of the new year.
Let's be first.
Let's be first. Let's be
Um,
first. Kill the other games.
Well, what's going to be interesting is what temporal anomalies happen now that there's been time travel established throughout the entirety of the Sword Coast.
Oh,
What
dude.
else has happened?
I think of my
Shaggy's
sending
alive!
thing. Hey, Ozzy, do you know anything about time travel?
Hey, bud, I think we fucked it up.
Oh man!
But this
Remember
is-
how you're not supposed to mess with anything.
This is my fun way of being able to incorporate anything I wish from every other Forgotten Realms campaign I've ever had that I didn't get a chance to put in these games or have these people interact with can now be a thing. So like, make sure you go back and watch both of the previous 24-hour streams. Some of those characters may be a part of this realm now.
Bring Donnie back.
Donnie might come back.
Wow.
Tank is probably around somewhere.
The Che man.
Che Man may be alive. The Halfling Queen is a place in Waterdeep now.
Yes. Oh my god. I forgot about her.
We'll bring back Zookville so the pub crawl is relevant again. Flavor Town exists.
Yeah.
Larenthier in one of his 8 billion forms is here. He's buddies with Ted DeBard. It makes no sense in my head, but it exists.
Are
in
they
the...
lovers?
Maybe.
Yes, please.
Oh no. I just thought of something terrible. If Leo meets the halfling queen and she has that ring still, like we might lose Leo forever.
Uh-oh. Why no?
That temptress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm too busy sleeping with bronze. Also, by the way, bucket list already crossed off. Already banged a dragon.
As Katie, I'm so happy for you. As Roswin, what the fuck?
I literally have no life goals left. I've achieved them all. So I'm going to have to come up with a new set of life goals for the new year for Leo.
All right, you know what, guys? If you
Shit.
want to, why don't you guys, as fans of the show, just for the hell of it, in the Rise of Tiamat chat on the Discord, why don't you leave some ideas about what you think Leo's life goals might be?
New life goals.
Leo's new bucket list.
He has achieved them all this season, so we need new ones for
Can you
2019.
tell the people what some of them were besides bang a dragon?
Okay, banging a dragon, killing a dragon single-handedly. Cough, that's fine. It still counts. I mean, having a threesome this year, which we achieved, but that's on the list every year. Oh my god, I don't. Yeah.
Fun fact.
Meeting your dad.
Meeting
Meeting my dad? That was on my list. Shit, man, this has been such a good year for Leo. I'm sorry the world's falling apart, but this has been a good year for Leo.
Well, it's a fun fact that the reason Tazmikella and Ilnazara, the twin dragons, joined the fight was because Jarlaxle had a threesome with them and won them over to have them fight on the side.
No.
That's how they joined the fight with the dwarves. That's R.A. Salvatore canon.
Hey, is Jaraxel still around in your world? Apparently.
He is, because he's gonna be
Dude.
having a conversation with Igni soon on Princes of the Apocalypse.
Should I just have meet Jaraxel or bang Jaraxel on my list for 2019? Probably just meet him. No, you don't want to sleep with your heroes.
Yeah, and maybe don't piss Odella off anymore.
We don't have a
Okay,
good
I
hit.
had to do that. I had to sell my body for a vote.
She wasn't mad about that.
I'm still convinced.
even
that
know
there's
what
some
she's mad
household work.
I just
to repair all my relationships 2019.
that's the plan.
Take a moment, think about my life.
Just have an episode where Leo goes like on a nice date with everybody and settles things.
His 7-step process. He's gonna go
Yeah.
apologize to everybody.
Alyssa's finally like, oh, finally he came back and like now we're gonna be a thing, and he's like, I
It's
just want to let you know I'm so sorry for what I did to you, and this is over.
This is over. I'm not gonna see you anymore, but thank you, and I'm sorry.
Rid's goals for the new year are to more effectively use her personas to interact with her teammates.
Fair.
Because very clearly Roswin likes Remy more than Rid.
Yeah,
No,
that was
who
made
said
apparent.
that?
Oh,
Um,
it's so clear.
Leo really likes Rid more than Remy, so
How does he feel about Jalar, though?
well, it's complicated.
Jalar
Jalar
thinks
would
we're all the same
also-
person.
In my
Yeah,
pocket.
Jalar would be on the list to go on a date with and be like, "Hey, look, I'm sorry. Like I was the way I was. We need to settle this. I just need to go on like settling breakup dates with like a bunch of different people." And like,
Please, can Jalar and Leo go on a breakup session?
yes, no,
Yes.
that's 2019.
I will absolutely sit in silence for like an hour to watch them.
My chair just broke, like literally.
Oh no.
Roswin's goals for the year are going to be to not let the world fall apart.
Not
No
let the
big
wor-
deal, it's
Hey,
fine.
that's a good
Wow.
goal.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought in my mind, maybe I'm wrong, but this happened. The dragons already agreed to help, and like obviously Rosalind's having a lot of feelings. But if the opportunity is like, we should probably deal with this, but like at some point, probably not. Like I don't know if Rosalind's goal would have been to immediately seek out Ava or be like, well, let's do some other things. And then
Roswin was waiting until level 14 so she could speak to Ava in a dream.
I know that. So that's what I had figured Roswin would have done. And then, you know, but like I felt like that made sense that she'd be like, I gotta talk to her, but like we have some things we gotta do. We'll make this happen though.
Mhm.
But it's not like, nope, drop everything, we gotta fucking find her. Stop her right now.
Well, it sounds like that's the case.
Well, that's the case. That's why future Roswin came back to say, like, I didn't do that. I tried to go about
Could
things
have done
as
that. Yeah.
I would have.
It feels like we've gotten away from it now, but I'm also very glad that the Warlock reveal came this episode the last.
yeah.
I know. I'm
That's
so
awesome.
excited.
This is a good fucking episode, you guys.
Mhm. A lot happened, man.
Dude.
Yeah, now you know why you can heal Rid so easily.
what? Yeah, I know. That's crazy.
I
So
also
nice.
realized that Odella totally misunderstood like what she was talking to Rid about because she wasn't talking to her about warlock stuff. She was just talking about her keeping secrets.
Yep.
Yep.
So when Rid was like, "We talked about it," and I was like, "What?"
Well, technically we did, but it was about secrets. But it was just,
So secret.
yeah, it was nice. It was good.
And Turnip is a familiar, so no worries about the bunny dying.
Thank God. I was actually worried about that.
So there was a reason I didn't get armor for Turnip.
Yeah.
Wow, guys.
Well, thank you guys so much. I'll throw up the link. The giveaway is still live for a couple more days if you want to enter to win some stuff. There's a couple sponsor links. I'm going to throw up, I should spell coffee with 2 E's so that it'll actually link. And join me tomorrow for what is the second to last game of my homebrew campaign for this year. These dumb idiots are level 7 and they're going to fight an ancient black dragon. What?
Oh.
Why does my party... I mean, I did this to you guys. I don't blame you for fighting ancient dragons. I did that to
it's
you.
their job, literally.
I gave them the opportunity, and they're like, nope, we got this. We got the dwarves to give us a legendary shield and 2 other dwarves, and we got 45 civilians with spears. 30 of them got bows. We got a drow assassin, 4 scouts, and a ballista. We're going to take on this ancient dragon. Oh, and its minions? Yeah. But
I just want Oz to come back and be like, I told you so.
the chat donated a hero's feast, so we're like, fuck, we gotta go now. They're like, we got 24 hours for this shit, let's go. I'm like, guys.
Tell them to planar summon the Belladonnas.
Ugh.
Yeah.
We show up, we handle it.
Well, they're like, don't fight them in their lair. And I was like, this dragon ain't gonna leave its lair. Why would it do that?
Yep.
Put a big shining outside.
That's their plan, is to try to taunt the dragon into leaving its lair. Because the legendary shield is the head of its ancestor.
Little
Cleaved
baby
off.
sweet,
Sweet babies.
sweet summer children.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they're already starting planning their next characters.
Oh, good. Well, at least they're aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said,
I'll get
they're not
that
supposed to fight it now, but I'm not going to stop them if they want to try. And if they do, fucking awesome. But if they don't, everybody knows that it was a bad idea. Including the one character who left. So Sean has to play a new character because his other character is like, this is fucking stupid, I'm out.
That's great.
Smart one.
Also, thank you for the donations and the subscriptions and everything. I almost got Jake to finish doing his entire thing for the list of reliquary stuff. Mine and Sean's are done. We're just now going back to balance because some of them are super awesome. And some of them are like, you can talk to animals for like a couple hours. They vary. It's like, I think you can talk to the whole party can talk to animals for like a D4 days. Or like
Didn't we already do that?
a permanent plus 1d4 to initiative.
Oh,
Or like,
that's amazing.
or one of the party members gets access to a barbarian rage ability once a day.
Odella needs that.
So that kind of stuff. But then like, then you've
She
got,
does.
and then you've got the weird
Let's
stuff. Oh, did you guys see? There was a weird donation came up for us last Tuesday for the extra dimensional space inside an eviscerated werewolf.
I did. I learned of that.
So it's good stuff. And if you guys want to suggest options, if we get them, I might just make 2 lists. And we'll have the player created list and the fan viewer created list. Just mix them up. Anyway, that's enough rambling. Good night, Internet. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the new year for the Belladonnas, and I'll see you between then and now.
Woo!
Bye.
Bye.